Hello and welcome everyone to session 32 of Descent into Avernus. I was thinking that for this week, it might be a better idea for me to do the recap. I'm not going to go into everybody's specific details, but it was a very split session, so everyone might not have the full context and everything, so I don't want to make that assumption. So I will keep this recap brief, but I will handle it. So last week, a very large flying fortress had approached the party members on their way eastward to where they presumed Smiler the Defiler had set up camp. And this large flying fortress seemed to be heading directly for them. And the fortress stopped, and atop the fortress, they saw a large black winged creature which began descending towards them. And the party quickly got to come to the realization that this is probably Zariel, and this is probably her base of operations, at the very least, a flying fortress that she controls. And after a brief discussion with the Archduke of Avernus, they were brought on board and stripped of their gear and imprisoned aboard Zariel's vessel. Each character had got the fine opportunity to have a one-on-one interview with Zariel, and I'm not going to go into all the details of those interviews as they are very in character specific knowledge, and people have already forgotten to share certain things that they figured out. So I don't necessarily want to do that. Um, but I will say that during these discussions, contracts were made, bargains were struck, and ultimately, the party was let free from Dariel's flying fortress, which proceeded to fly rapidly in a northeast direction towards El Terrell. One notable thing is that came from those interviews and from their release is Lulu seemed to be missing from the the party, and it was revealed that it is very likely Lulu was returned to the material plane. Party probably can't prove that, but they're assuming it's true, because they don't really have a choice. uh, and the party worried about the fate of El Terrell, and a timeline that was given during one of the interviews of 2 to 4 weeks, begins to head east, continuing their journey towards Myler. And I will not be giving myself inspiration for that one, so don't worry. That one was a short one. I just kind of wanted to take that one myself because I didn't want the party to do it. All right. With that, um, we after the session last week kind of went a little further, so we're gonna kind of redo that just to make sure you guys kind of know what's happening. Um, I will kind of summarize the events up until that point as well. I forgot to add that to the recap. Um, we don't actually have to like fully replay it. The party proceeds to head east for a few days, and they come across the River Styx, which has a large watchtower at it. And the party presents to a bearded devil that approaches them a note provided by Zariel to allow them safe passage across the river. The party is lent a boat and is able to cross the river without any problems. They proceed on foot, continuing east. And here's where we're going to pick up. We're not going to do the full thing, but the party notices a lush forest in front of them, which is very obviously out of place. And I will ask the party what they would like to do.
cautiously proceed forward.
Yeah, that.
Okay, sure. So, one thing I will mention as you go through this place that's particularly interesting is near some of the trees, um, you would notice some large eggs. They look like they're in little nests, like cute little bird nests, but they're at the base of the tree rather than up in the branches. And at various points, an egg will hatch, and you see a cute little chicken pop out, and it just kind of starts wandering around. But that is a thing that you notice while kind of heading through this place. You notice little pools of water um, in the area as well. On Tamila, you would get the feeling that you're being watched. Like you keep getting um, the sense that something's kind of watching you out of the corner of your eye, but when you go to look, you don't see anything there. It's not the same as the whole scrying thing that you've been able to pick up on. Um, feel like you hear faint footsteps and feel like you're being watched, but when you look, you don't see anything there. It's very unnerving. This whole place is a little awkward. And as the group kind of proceeds forward, you eventually come across a large lake, very large lake of water.
I do want to make sure that we're using the lantern or revealing as we go.
Okay, yeah.
Sure.
Lantern of revealing reveals invisible things, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, when you kind of sweep the lantern around as you're going, you don't pick up anything. Nothing invisible.
Okay.
So you come across a relatively large clearing, which has a large lake of water in it. And there's a cliff overlooking this lake. And atop the cliff, you see a very interesting sight. Let me go ahead and move you guys to a map. I have to check to make sure things aren't too revealed here. I think I did a good job. We'll see soon. Alright, do you guys see the map?
Yes.
So, far to the southeast from where you are, you're at the top left if you didn't find that out already.
Oh yeah.
Far to the southeast, you see a man, and I'm gonna make him really big. Kind of move him towards you guys so you can see him a little better. Just kind of standing at the edge of the cliff, just hissing into the lake, and he has a really creepy, unnerving smile on his face, and he seems to notice you approaching, and kind of just waves both of his hands at you. Montemila, you're still picking up that weirdness, but you can't really see anything from where you are. But you keep hearing like footfalls and noises.
I whispered to everybody. I feel like we're being watched, but I can't tell from where.
What's the range of the Lantern of Revealing?
30 feet.
Yeah, I think 30 feet. I can double check, but yeah, I was gonna say like, can I? Guess I'll give Anthony the once over with it. It is 30 feet. Yeah. Dim light for an additional, as long as they're in the lantern's bright light. So 30 feet for the. It shines 60 feet, but it's 30 feet for the revealing.
Okay. Yeah.
Nothing on Anthony alone. I'll move it over her.
Nope.
Okay.
I'll nudge to Eldrin and say, presuming that's him.
Eldrin, you're pretty confident. It looks like a
I-
very Fey-like creature. He has an
Yeah.
unnerving smile, and you're in the middle of a forest.
Yeah, I mean, it is what we were described. They did say that the forest was not real, though. Is there any way we can check for illusions or anything like that?
Yeah, there's several options you have available to you. You could try to interact with them, like physically touch them. Um, you could use magic to determine if there's illusions going on. Um, if you want to physically interact with it, just give me an investigation check.
Hmm. Yeah, I guess I could try to interact with some of the bushes or something like that.
Sure.
Makes sense, yeah.
Given that forest is my favorite terrain anyways, I should have knowledge of that.
Yeah, yeah. Give me the
Let's
investigation
see.
check.
I am looking for my character sheet, sorry.
So it's weird. Like, you touch the bush, and, like you said, you live in the forest. It seems pretty convincing, but it feels different than what you would expect. In terms of meta knowledge, like you're convinced something is wrong, but you haven't like felt the illusion, so to speak.
Right.
But I mean, it's pretty obvious that there's something weird going on here just because of the sheer fact that there are
Yeah, I think I
green
remember
trees.
somebody told us about it being some kind of illusion as well.
Mm-hmm.
But when he's doing this, I can see him physically interacting with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You want to try as well?
Not yet.
Okay. So what do you guys want to do? Ultimately, you think you hear something tree. But all these trees seem to have these strange eggs around them. Little chickens hopping
Do we
about.
know what the eggs are about?
Someone could give me a nature check?
I can give it a shot.
Sure, sure.
How long were we walking through this forest?
From the edge, it would have taken you to get to this point probably like half a day.
Oh, okay. I don't know if this would apply, I guess. Right.
I will say for reasons that you don't. This forest in general does not feel normal to you.
Right. So like there's something's throwing me off that I was like I can't really get a vibe on it.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
like it looks like a forest. You're pretty confident there's some magic shenanigans going on.
Right.
That won't probably be helpful here.
Mm-hmm.
It seems
Okay.
unnatural in some way. But you can still give me a nature check to see if you recognize what these eggs are or what they could be. They're certainly larger.
Sure.
So you're pretty confident, based on that nature check, that those are not chicken eggs. You're not sure what they are, but chickens shouldn't be coming out of eggs fully grown.
Right.
And again, it's just kind of lending more to the weirdness. Like these eggs are the size of something that would contain a fully grown chicken. And chickens are coming out of the eggs in various spots and just wandering about.
That's weird.
It's really weird. They're fully grown. They kind of flop around on the ground when they come out of the eggs for a little bit, then just kind of stand up and start looking around, pecking into the ground.
Hmm.
Probably
Is,
like picking up bugs or something.
is that Derek? Do you have any way to maybe see through this?
Nope.
Anything that's clouding us?
No, I don't have anything that helps with illusion magic.
Hmm.
Yoo-hoo! You hear a voice. calling from the southeast. Are you just gonna stare at me the whole time?
Eldred, is this the guy you were looking for?
I think it is.
You.
Hold on.
I was going to say, I'm going to leave this one up to you.
Are these machines? Again, like, so we had discussed before, but I want to make sure that we're on the same page. Are we here to deal with it?
So I guess during this half-day walk through the forest, Derek would be trying to advocate, let's figure out if Smiler can help us, but I wouldn't want to like actively remove him just yet, for the reasons of I don't know how difficult it will be for me to get back to help our friends here.
Yeah, that's definitely a concern for me as well.
Yeah.
Because the problem is, if things go south, we have no other choice.
Yeah, if agreed, if things go south, I'll protect you guys' back, but kind of rather not try to avoid that situation.
So wait, so what do you guys want with them? Should try to help us with something? Because I'm not trying to get his help.
Essentially,
I
we're here to help you.
my thought, Eldrin, is he's a warlord, right? He may, if we can perhaps persuade him, he can get us some, some equipment, something to actually get us around, rather than just walking on foot.
So pretend to be in an alliance with him?
I mean, not pretend. I don't specifically know what he wants quite yet. Maybe we can help him.
This might work out. Perhaps if I can get a feel of how far off he is.
Yeah. So you said you didn't want to have to harm him if possible, so let's see if that's possible.
I think that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I mean, Serial doesn't want him here, so he might have a good reason to work with us, since we don't want her to stay in her current. We don't want her plans to come to fruition.
Right.
He kind
We
of
should.
pops himself back in and buttons up and starts walking down the cliff.
So we should approach. Are those machines?
Yeah,
What
so
is
across
that?
the way you see a camp.
Mhm.
See, kind of similar to something that you saw in Mad Maggie's shed. You see kind of smaller machines, like probably the size of a horse, and they have wheels, kind of similar to your machine. Far in the distance, I don't know if you could see this from where you are. Let me check. Actually, this is a very large map. Yeah, you guys actually can't see everything yet. But yes, you do see smaller things similar to the machines that you saw in Mad Maggie's shed.
Okay. I guess. So last time I saw some fake creatures, I just happened to have knowledge that I didn't remember having before, right? That just came kind of out of nowhere. Do I gain any kind of insight about his being at all?
He's you've heard a couple of interesting things, but you haven't really interacted with this guy much at all. Um, he seems. Well, give me at first. I guess give me a nature check, to see if you know what this thing is. Let's start there. You have ideas of what he is from what you've read,
Right.
but kind of matching expectations of what you know about those types of things.
Okay.
Yeah. So, based on what you know and what he looked like, what you saw, he has the appearance of a summer Eladrin, and you're pretty confident that's what he is. You don't know how you knew that, but it is probably the guy. You can't really tell much about whether his personality or demeanor are differing from a summer Eladrin because he's literally had like 5 or 6 words with you. But you know in general that summer Eladrin are Fae, and they are beholden by the laws of the Accords, which prevent them from lying. They can't outright lie to you in general, so keep that in mind. You know that summer Eladrin are particularly powerful creatures. Um, and so if that is what this thing actually is, you might want to be particularly cautious, especially since across the way you can see the outlines and makings of a camp. From the edge of the river, one point you would actually see the night hag that you saw earlier, Red Ruth, kind of looking at you with her hand over her head, kind of looking in your direction. Then she'll kind of walk back into the camp.
Fantastic.
But aside from that, Eldrin, there's not really much that you know because you haven't really interacted with the guy.
Right. Okay. Well, I think we can try to maybe gain some more insight on him and see if we can form some kind of alliance for now to try to get on his good side. Perhaps I could find out more about him. And that might
Yeah.
help in his recovery if there's any possibility.
Definitely possible.
Sounds like a plan.
Feel free to move yourselves. An invitation from the DM likely means you will fall into traps.
Yeah. And we remember not to go in the waters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we were warned about that.
Very specifically warned about that. Eldrin,
Yes,
stop.
I did.
From here,
Hmm.
a chicken arises from its egg. Arise, chicken, arise.
Oh no.
And it walks over to you,
Chicken attack!
and it squawks. A chickeny squawk. What do you do?
Step away from it.
Okay. Nothing happens. Just a chicken. Everything's fine.
This is some Legend of Zelda stuff right here.
Yeah, I'm afraid to touch it. All the chickens in the air,
Descending from the heavens, all the
Yeah.
cuckoos.
Yeah, all the chickens.
right up until we get off this map and reset it.
It's true. All you have to do is walk left like 10 squares and it's fine.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Scene wipe. The chickens have stopped their rampage.
Will we make it 10 squares?
That is the better question. Yeah, so feel free to ask me questions about things along the way if you see anything of interest or want to know. Because I know you're getting a little closer to the camp. You could probably see certain things a little better.
Right.
Like Eldrin, you can see the outlines now to the far southeast of a much larger war machine.
Yes, closer to the ones that we had, right?
Yep.
Like that size.
In the camp, you see various creatures mulling about. Looks like mostly bearded devils and the egg. Wholesome.
Oh, I was gonna ask what Lulu was, but never mind.
Aww.
Oh,
Eldrin, what's your passive perception?
18.
Eldrin and Ontamila. Here to the southwest, see a small creature, and it darts behind a tree. It looks very similar to the creature that you had encountered. The bone brambles.
Yeah.
Did we get a name for it?
I don't think you asked the poor guy's name.
Guess we did not.
I'm looking around my desk, find a name for him if it inevitably comes up. We will find a name. Probably not an appropriate name. Okay, got it. Got it. If it comes up.
I guess I'll speak in that direction so that my less perceptive teammates are aware.
You
And
also
I'll
say
say,
it here.
Thank you.
My
do
food
I see?
came late, so I'm just blackening my screen. Sorry, continue.
Do I see if again, can I tell if one of them is the same as the one that we saw in the forest?
They're really tiny, but the one that you recognize, he had a distinctive hairstyle, which we didn't mention before, but I'm going to mention it now for the sake of identifying these guys. He had a sick mohawk. Neither of these small creatures that you see on the map at the moment have sick mohawks. Two of them.
I see.
This one's kind of peeking out from the side of the tree at you. Now that you notice he's there, it's pretty obvious. He's really small and he keeps trying to hide around the tree, but he keeps trying to peek. He looks curious.
Curiosity.
Kind of wave as it goes by, so he knows that he's that we know of his presence.
Yep, he'll when you do that, he will kind of hide behind the tree.
Is that man really all the way back there, or is?
Seems to be the case. He's admiring the view of the lake.
No, I wouldn't be. Sorry, I had all tabbed away and I didn't know we kept moving because he had told you to stop.
Oh. Yeah, so you see a camp here. Nobody seems to have weapons drawn or anything.
They're still just hanging around.
Yeah, he looks over in your direction often and just like his smile never seems to go away, but he's like poking at the campfire with a stick, whistling some tune that I haven't heard before. This guy will run behind a tree.
Do we see anything in the lake? That's kind of we walk around it.
It looks like there's lily pads with frogs on them in the lake. There's a large stone coming out of the center of the lake, but other than that, you don't see any other obvious things or signs of life or anything like that.
Okay. No krakens or anything in there. Huh?
No krakens so far.
Some
If you would like to give me a perception check, also known as a kraken sighting check, you could certainly
You
do
know
so,
what?
though.
I'll take a cracking at it.
Yeah, Mila's passive perception didn't pick anything up, though.
Oh,
I'll check just in case.
Yeah, it's like a perfectly normal lake. Definitely no krakens.
No. Yes,
Right.
we'll approach.
Yeah. He kind of abruptly turns his head towards you. So, I heard you were looking for me. What do you want? Kind of sniffs the air in your direction. Smell familiar. Have we met?
Not personally.
Hmm. The hag kind of looks over at you. Yes, these are the ones. These are the ones I told you about.
Hi, Ruth.
They tried to steal from me.
No, we didn't, Ruth.
They're assholes.
That's not
Miscommunication.
true, Ruth.
Totally out of context.
It got you
Too.
here, didn't it?
Bloody middle finger. I didn't really have much choice after what you did.
You mean after we gave you back the thing that we were keeping safe while you were away from your hut? Oh, terrible, terrible state of affairs that.
Oh, do behave, all of you. This is my camp.
Well,
Ruth?
we heard that you were looking for her, so we sent her on her way towards you. I hope that's okay.
Oh, I appreciate it. Putting Red Ruth out of her home has proven to provide me with a valuable ally. Ruth kind of looks away from him and spits on the ground. It's a bug in a loogie that starts crawling away.
Yeah.
The children skulls are still telling their nursery rhymes on her neck. So, what can I do for you? I heard you were looking for me. I'm excited. I'm excited to hear what it is you want from me. Smiler. And he smiles really wider than he was before. It's unnaturally wide. It's like Cheshire Cat levels of smile. The sides of his mouth almost reach his ears.
I'll say, well, we believe that we can be of mutual help to each other.
Oh, how is that? I
You
do
seem
love
to,
negotiation.
You seem to have angered some very important people around here.
Ha! Who haven't I pissed off? Right, Red Ruth? And she kind of spits on the ground again. But that's the point. It's fun. It's fun to cause a little drama, a little mayhem. That's the point. Kind of steps forward a little bit. See him looking at him a little more closely. He appears to be in well-made a well-made leather armor. At his side, he has a short sword. Also, it appears to be well-made. And he has, as I depicted before, he's kind of green skin tone, which, now that you're thinking about it a little more, is a little strange for a summer Eladrin. Normally, they're kind of more of an orangey color. So that seems a little off, I suppose, now that you're looking at him up close and thinking about it. But otherwise, his features are very elven in general. That is what got him, aside from his...
Do we recognize these creatures?
Yeah, they're bearded devils.
Okay, that's what I thought, but I just want to make sure.
You would notice 3 of them are kind of staying relatively like close to each other in general. And one kind of approaches from down here, and this one says, "Go away, you nincompoop," and he kind of just turns around and walks away. This is happening like mid-conversation. Is it an infernal for those of you?
Wait, who says that to the bearded devil?
Uh,
Smiler says that to the bearded devil?
No, one of the bearded devils says it to the bearded devil that walked up.
Okay.
Since walked back down south. And yeah, so are you looking to join my gang? Is that what it is?
Perhaps at some point.
All right, hold on. Are you lying about that? You have no intention of joining his gang. Give me a deception check.
Yeah, I guess not necessarily joining. I mean, we're trying to become allies.
Yeah, give me a deception check.
Sure. Where is it?
Oh, hi.
There it is.
Yeah, he rolled really low too, but a 7's not gonna do it. He'll look at you, be like, no, Ruth said you were trying to, what was it, Ruth? Send me back or deal with
Well,
me? What were the
Ruth
words?
Ruth doesn't know. I didn't tell Ruth.
Ruth? Oh, it was the,
It was the little guy.
quickling,
Yeah.
that's right. Oh, right. Right, Bailey knew. Bailey! He kind of calls out, and a thing appears from the north.
My hope upon hopes is that you just have a thing of Bailey's Irish Cream sitting on
Nope,
your desk.
I just put it on my webcam.
Yeah, that's good.
It's my Bailey's card, which is no longer active.
Yeah, just
Because having a gym membership in 2020 seems counterintuitive. A familiar quickling with a mohawk runs up. Yes! Oh! These ones? Yes! That one! And he points at you, Eldrin.
Mm.
That's something about turning you back. And Smiler kind of looks at him. Okay, shoot.
I thought
Yes,
the whole
sir.
phrase
Yes.
is Deal with him.
Well, deal with him is what you said with Zariel. But Bailey, you said something a little
Yeah,
more
Bailey
specific.
knows something different.
Okay.
I think I said bring him back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what does that mean? You're the one that smells familiar.
Perhaps you remember your origins. Perhaps not.
Scratches his head and says, I've been here for as long as I can remember. Don't like devils much. Don't like devils much at all. These ones are all right. He kind of looks behind them. They defected. I like them. They create drama. I like drama. And
Doesn't like devils. Hmm.
So,
that kind of checks out with what you had heard from Zariel's trying to deal with this guy, right? So
right.
that
Yeah.
makes sense.
So
It's a fear. You don't remember your origins. I was hoping I would refresh your memory at some point.
kind of looks at you. He looks genuinely confused. He says, I've been here killing devils. Oh, he starts like pulling out his fingers as though he's counting, and he like literally does this for a while. There's like an awkward pause. Do any of you interrupt him? He's like sitting there, just there's like an awkward moment of like 10 minutes of silence otherwise.
Oh,
Like he's like awkwardly just staring down at his hand.
yeah. So I'll just say it's for a very long time. I understand that.
Made me lose
Pete, aren't-
count. You made me lose count. I was almost there. 700 and something. I don't know. It's been a while. But
No.
you're in the middle of my camp,
Yes.
and haven't really. He kind of scratches his head and look. What do you want? You don't want anything. Go away.
Hmm.
We'll see. We're trying to do some business down here in
Okay.
Avernus, and well, we happen to have a thorn on our side, which has been causing us issues.
Okay.
Problem is, it's a pretty big thorn. You
Hmm.
might know her as Cyril.
Ah, yes. Been having fun with her. Having fun with her. Doesn't like me.
She
Doesn't
doesn't.
like me.
She does not indeed.
It's the fun,
And-
though. It's a hide and seek. Have you ever played hide and seek as a child?
Of course.
She looks for me. She goes to where I was. I'm not there anymore. When she comes, I just leave. She tries to chase me. I'm too fast. I mess with her. I steal some of her devils.
Yes.
It's good fun. Good fun.
Sounds appealing at the moment.
Do you know when she's coming?
It's kind of hard to miss giant flying fortress in the sky, don't you think?
Oh, you're just very quick.
You seen Bailey? Also, those things. He kind of points over to this strange contraption. They go very fast. Also, he holds up his finger and waggles it around. I'm pretty good with illusions. And he puts his finger down, and suddenly all of the green, luscious landscape that you saw is barren, dead wasteland. All the trees are leafless. The lake and all the pools of water you saw are bubbling black ichor. There's a chicken near your feet right now. It is not a chicken. It is like a demonic chicken monster without feathers. It's a little disconcerting. But then he lifts his finger again and it's back. Everything is back to its normal appearance and looks normal again. Pretty good with illusions.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was about to ask him. He flees every time. Like there can't be that many forests around here. But I guess that answers that question. So
He kind of lifts his finger up and down and kind of rapid fire changes the appearance of the terrain. It's a little disconcerting, but like you see Red Ruth just kind of shaking her head, and the other devils seem kind of used to it. They're just kind of ignoring what's happening, and he eventually stops and lands it where it is right now. So as you can see, it's quite easy to hide when you can make illusions.
And Sonilla applauses.
Oh! You said... Wait, did you say you applauded?
Yes.
Yes. He does a deep bow. Why, thank you. Thank you. It is good to have somebody that appreciates the finer things. I do like to think I'm putting on a rather good show.
knew a dwarf once that appreciated the finer things.
That's a meme that none of you will know. And he will say, "So, do you know about this place?" After I, put the finger down, he does it again. "Do you know what this is?" He kind of points to the lake, to the eggs.
Does it look familiar?
There's a lot of kraken in there, is there?
Doesn't look familiar. What's a kraken? Maybe there is.
Let's not give him any ideas.
Shucks. That would have been a fun one. He says, "Well, this is an interesting place. There's lots of these places here in Avernus. They're my favorite place. See those eggs?" He kind of gestures towards the eggs that you've been seeing everywhere. And these lakes. This is a large puddle of demon ichor. Very useful for powering or speeding up our machines. And near the trees where demon ichor falls, demons are born. And he says, "I find it quite fun to befriend our chickens here. Use them against our foes. Add to my ranks."
What can these chickens do?
Well, piss them off enough, they will swarm you. Don't be fooled by how small they are. They have a mean peck. And if they kill things, they get bigger, stronger, or mean.
Are you saying you have a giant chicken somewhere in this camp?
Well, I don't like to brag. And this bearded devil kind of walks up excited. And you can see that this bearded devil has a very large scar going across the side of his head. He says, "Rick Adult has the best chicken." And he kind of reaches inside and pulls out a chicken, and it is a very big chicken. Recent, you don't know how he fit this under his vestments, and all the other bearded devils face palm at the same exact time. Crickadole chicken is the best. Do you want to see? He kind of moves forward excitedly.
Not too close.
I don't want to anger the giant chicken, but I would like to see.
Look. It looks like a really big chicken.
But they're like featherless.
Well, the illusion is currently ongoing. It looks
It's
like a
still
very
on.
big
Oh,
feathered
that makes
chicken.
sense, yeah.
His name is Earwax. He's the best. The other bearded devils kind of like literally physically turn away. Like they're embarrassed. Smiler says, "Oh, okay, Crickendall. You can go back to work." But Crickendall wasn't doing anything. Just go over there. Okay. Kind of goes back to where he came from.
Is there a way that you keep Cyril's scrying eyes off of you?
I want her to see.
Ah.
I want her to see. I want her to come. She doesn't even waste her time with me anymore, to be quite honest. She comes, I leave. It's been a cat and mouse game for a while. She can't really divert much of her attention to deal with me. She has a war going on, you know.
I know what will get her attention.
Oh.
Yeah.
Also, as you say that, Edmund, you get a strange feeling in your gut. You instinctively look towards the north, and you see a large flash of light in the sky coming from the north.
Ruh-roh.
Then you just feel a nauseous feeling in the stomach. Anyone else looking to the north would also notice this, but doesn't get a nauseous feeling.
Normal Avernus shenanigans.
Yeah. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Aye, you're a handsome one. He kind of winks at you, Edmund. Are you sure you don't want to join my crew? My gang? I'm sure you'd have a lot of fun here.
Probably not. But as I was saying, if you really wanted to get one over on old Zariel, there are a bunch of people here in Avernus that she's claimed as her own. I'm trying to get them back to the mortal plane. If I were able to do that, she would not be too happy at all.
Kind of nods while smiling. Yes, go on.
So, if you wanted to help in that endeavor, I could return the favor in helping you somehow. Something you may need.
It says, well, the problem is that place is lying in the sky. I'm afraid I don't have the ability to traverse a warfield and fly to a city and extract people. That does sound fun, but I don't know. He kind of looks towards Red Ruth. What do you think, old Ruthie? She's like, this sounds like a stupid waste of time. But she says it, like, very annoyed that he's even considering it.
Love you too, Ruth.
She kind of, an unnaturally long middle finger is extended in your direction.
Perhaps there is still a way you can help with that, though. You seem to have wandered here, Avernus, for quite a while and been to many places.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I would think you probably have a good lay of land where everything's at, right?
I think so. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Well, there is a particular item that we're looking for that could probably deal with the fact that it's grounded, chained up.
Oh.
I'll
Hmm.
look to the party and then turn back and say, somewhat whisper-like, but definitely loud enough to hear. Would you happen to know where Zariel's sword would be located?
Dariel's sword. I thought she used a hammer.
Oh, this is before she became an all-encompassing flying death demon thingy.
And I described the sword that I suppose we got the description of. It's probably
We
not
could
going to
also
be a great.
probably also describe the kind of the building that came around it.
Oh
He-
yeah, yeah. It's
He
like a
would
temple.
say that he doesn't know.
Hmm.
Can I do an insight on that?
Then.
Same.
Yeah, he seems legit. The one thing that you remember, Eldrin, is they can't really lie.
Yeah, I'm aware of that.
So that was pretty specific. But, this guy is a little weird, but, he gives off this unnerving smile at all times. You're pretty sure he's telling the truth. I mean, you haven't found anyone that's known this, so he probably doesn't.
And he hasn't. You haven't seen anything that resembles any of the descriptions we provided?
Kind of scratches his head, and he says, "No, I think I'd notice." You said you described the sword to him, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, and like the big like temple that sprung up whenever it was used or whatever.
He says, I think that would be obvious. It'd be very stand out if there was a giant temple. Says no. Can't say I have. But you all seem fun. He says, I could certainly he kind of pauses and thinks. You said you're trying to mess with Zariel, it sounds like, right?
Yes.
Trying to be an even bigger thorn on her side. Yep.
He would go, well, I happen to know. This was actually going to be my next plan. I was really gonna fuck with her on this one. All of her buddies that she came here with are buried in a crypt pretty close by, and there is a particularly well armored one. I think it was one of her generals or something like that. And he says, I hear he visits that place. Wouldn't it be interesting if you killed one of Zariel's generals? She'd be really pissed off, I think. It'd be hilarious. Kinda rubs his hands together. What do you think? What do you think?
That'll definitely piss her off.
That's what you're trying to do, right?
Uh,
Does this general have a name?
Yes. Hold on. Bob, Frank, Alanthius. Ah, yes, Alanthius. That's what it is. I wish Lulu was here. Rip.
Oh, no worries.
Yes, I believe the man was Alanthius. He would say, I believe, from what the stories say, he stayed here while everyone else ran away from Zariel. Fought to help her. Using this guy as a pseudo Lulu, I'm so sorry. But in the end, Zariel rewarded his loyalty by making him a Death Knight in eternal undead service to her.
That doesn't sound like fun.
I mean, who knows? He was her most loyal general. Perhaps that's what he wanted. He shrugs.
Wait, where is it that you spot him at?
He's at a crypt to the west of here. He rides in a chariot, driven by Gorgons. What a princess. What a drama queen. Such ridiculous effects. He should just ride a war machine like the rest of us. He's going for that old school look, you know?
Well, not all of us can make everything look like a green forest.
True. He does the finger thing a couple more times. Illusion goes down, illusion goes up, illusion goes down, illusion goes up.
Strangely enough, Antonella is actually amused by this, if not slightly disturbed.
Yeah, the weirder part is the chickens, like, kind of going from normal-looking chickens to... Yeah, they're kind of... Hold on, I'm going to put a picture of these things so you get an idea of how nightmare these chickens are. They're kind of spooky. As a side note, can any of you cast the Find Familiar spell? I believe...
I can.
You have gained Abyssal Chicken to your Find Familiar list.
Fantastic.
Ooh, Abyssal Chicken!
Yeah, let me post a picture of it.
Yeah,
You can see what nightmare fuel you could rot. I think I literally named it Nightmare Chicken.
May you re-describe? Was it, you said, a chariot driven by Gorgons?
Yes.
I think we might have.
Uldrak's with us, isn't he?
Uldrak is with you, yes. Uldrak didn't know what a Gorgon was, though. But he did describe the creatures.
Yeah, wasn't there a
Describe the
place
chariot
on the
itself.
map that he said was frequented by something that held a key?
Yeah, he said that it was not a key, but there was a large stone door that kind of prevented entry, and that he thinks that there's probably a password because the guy just says something and the door opens. But he doesn't know what that is.
Perhaps he's protecting the sword.
Ah, right. Maybe that would be a place to hide the sword in the crypt of her fallen comrades. This one's smart. Ooh, I like the smell of you. Probably true. I don't know why I'm not saving. Oh, because I actually named it what it is. I thought I named it Nightmare Chicken, but it's Abyssal Chicken. Yeah, look at this creature. Yeah, it's kind of spoopy. You could look up Abyssal Chicken on D&D Beyond
Oh
if
my
you want
God.
to see its stats.
It's funny.
Wait, I need to zoom out so I can see this thing apparently.
Caw-caw?
What?
What is that on its back?
Some kind of pincer? Like a clamps?
Give him the clamps.
I mean, it looks like it opens.
Yeah, what?
You've seen the chickens kind of occasionally flop around. Maybe they're like pseudo wings or something.
Huh.
Turn him back.
Sounds like-
Turn him back.
It becomes a normal chicken again.
I do not want to be swarmed by those things, guys.
They're pretty nightmare fuel. And yeah, if you find familiar, you can now summon these. Is now added to your list.
It's still the same familiar though, right? Like,
No,
Isn't
it's
it-
the stat block of this thing.
no, sorry, but like, can
This
you
will
change
check.
what actual familiar you're summoning? Or
Yeah,
does it
normally you don't even actually summon the same familiar. That's just usually what most people do.
Just,
But with Find Familiar, you could choose every cast what you summon.
Gotcha. Okay.
You were
Yeah,
definitely
I
not
didn't know if
locked in.
it just took the shape of whatever you. So like, he could summon Thunderfall as like an owl, or Thunderfall as like a cat, but it's still Thunderfall. but I guess that's not the case.
That's how Critical
I
Role
mean, that
does
can
it.
be the case, but
Yeah, it's fine if you want to flavor it that way. That's
I probably
again,
will.
that's how they
Yeah.
do it with Critical Role. I'm
Right,
cool. It
yeah.
doesn't really mechanically affect things. So
Yeah.
whatever you prefer. So what do you say?
See, one of our problems is that it's hard for us to get around
Mm-hmm.
and to get to places before she can get to us,
Hmm.
since we're on foot.
We haven't been being very successful in causing her much of an issue.
Kind of scratches his head. Says, "Well, what should we do about that? What do you think?" Says, I can tell you where the crypt is. He promised to go and kill the general guy. And the hag reluctantly walks up. He says, "And I know the password." And Smiler puts his hand on Ruth's head and pets her like a dog and says, "Good girl." And she gives him a death glare, but doesn't do anything.
I grimace for her.
She's without home. She's been relegated to this place as the spirits of angry, dead fae creatures have destroyed her place.
Hag make a, no, you know what? I know how a hag would make a new home. Never mind.
It sounds like something worth exploring.
Does.
Is there anything you can do for us in order to get us there faster?
Speed. Maybe I could have Bailey carry you there. Bailey just from around a tree over here. Nope. Well, if you're willing to sign a contract, I might be able to lend you two of my devil's rides over there. Hey, that's mine, boss. This guy says in the back. No, you aren't my gang. It is mine. He quickly turns and looks at the guy who steps back. Two of you could ride per ride. Can move around Avernus much more quickly.
Give Edmund a sidelong glance.
There's an awkward pause.
Does Edmund have any reaction?
How did well? They look different than the other machines, so I guess he would ask, "How do they work?"
Well, you take one of these, and he pulls out a soul coin, and you throw it in just like this. And he walks over to his devil's ride, just shoves in a soul coin. Then you press this lever down like this, and it just starts wailing.
I'll pull my hand on Edmund's shoulder.
Kind of, move up to him a little bit and just be like, 2 weeks, man.
We'll make it work.
2 weeks till what? How exciting! The Smiler kind of claps his hands. Why'd you need to go fast?
Oh, information is valuable down here, it seems.
It is. I'm about to tell you the location of this crypt, the password, and lending you two of my rides. And we haven't even talked about price yet.
What price did you have in mind?
Well, firstly, I want to know a couple of things. Kind of gets uncomfortably close. 5 feet away, kind of splitting the distance between you two. Says, I want to know why you're here. He points his hand directly at you, Eldrin. No secrets, without deceit. direct. I want to know purpose. And I'd like to know what the 2-week thing is about. And I want to guarantee that you will kill the general when you find him. What do you say? What do you say?
Interesting.
Find a lot of things interesting, horny one. And he kind of points to you, Aunt Tamila.
Oh, right, yeah.
We lost Alex.
Rip.
Yeah, he mentioned he lost internet for a second a minute ago because of the storm. So
Ooh, I hear storms outside.
Yeah, mine too.
Alright,
So far, I've been fine. But
let me blank out camp so it never give me. I really want to know how people do cameras in other D&D games without this type of problem happening 100% of the time. I know they're using
yeah, there has to be a way.
There has to be. Welcome back, Alex. I think. So, what do you say?
I'm looking at Eldrin. He wants-
Yeah, he's looking at Eldrin too.
I will say, how about 2 out of the 3?
Wait. Do I get to pick which 2?
Sure.
Deal! Sticks out his hand towards you, Eldrin.
I'll stick my hand out.
And he says, oh, wait a second. And he spits in his hand. Extends it out towards you again. This is what makes it official and stuff. He smiles wide looking at you.
Do I know if that symbolizes anything, or...
Give me a religion check.
Sure.
Is it above or below a pinky swear?
Yeah, you've seen kids do this around towns. You think it's
Right.
weird. You have no clue if it holds any significance.
I'll have gloves on. So... I will check his hand.
All right, great. So let's start with the 2 things. So I'm gonna give you my these 2 bikes over there. He kind of points over to them, fully fueled. They could probably go for about 8 days straight, but I have soul coins I could give you. So the 2 favors that I want are 1, kill the general, and 2, you tell me why you're.
Sure.
No lies, no deceit.
No lies, no deceit.
Go ahead.
Okay. It's pretty simple. I just want you to remember what's important and where you came from.
He kind of looks at you and he's just like, whatever. He's like, I guess I don't care. As long as you're fucking things up for Zariel. Whatever, you're boring though. You're boring. You're boring. Hopefully you entertain me. And he says, look, take these. He kind of throws a bag at the ground. He says, there's some soul coins in there. And you can use those to keep the Devil's Rides fueled. You'll have to ride back to back on them, but they can hold 2 people each.
What about the river? How do you use your cross?
Well, we have a barge. I suppose I could have Bailey take you to it. That is how he got here. Bailey! Yeah, boss? Take them to the barge so they could cross on their rides. But boss, that's just shut up, Bailey. they're gonna cause some chaos. He kind of rubs his hands together. And if you don't come back, I'll kill you. Feed you to Red Ruth. And you will probably make a new house out of your entrails.
That seems fair, somewhat. But what if we die?
Oh, well, I mean, I can't expect you to come back if you die, I suppose. Well, then again, there are ways. If you die, I won't hold it against you or anything. Good try and all. Worst case scenario, you've probably still pissed her off or created some sort of distraction or amusement. So, yeah, if you die, I don't care. But if you try to steal the bikes and not do the work and try to run away, I'll probably have earwax eat your face off slowly while you're alive. While I'm healing you, earwax will continuously eat your face. His voice gets like very serious, and then Red Ruth will start cutting parts off of you, and I will heal them. But she will use those parts to assemble her house. So as you are being used as new housing material for Red Ruth, I will be healing you so she can use your material to make more housing. Does that make sense? Everyone in the
That's
campus.
extraordinarily descriptive. I feel like you've done this before.
Yeah.
His smile kind of widens. Oh, well, I could just be lying. It just could be an idle threat. Who knows?
I highly doubt that.
Everyone behind him had gotten, still and, started, grasping their weapons when he started talking serious like that. But they kind of relax when they see he's become aloof again. And just do have some fun.
We to assume that these ones are faster than the big one?
The mechanical stats of these, they have a speed of 120. So they are a little faster than the big one by about 20%.
And they can go for longer with the fuel.
No, the fuel efficiency is unfortunately the same.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
But it can last.
But it goes faster, so technically.
Yeah, technically you're still getting more miles per gallon effectively.
Right. Because it's the same amount of days.
Correct, but you're going further in a day.
Right. Okay.
So yeah. The bag on the ground has 4 soul coins in it. So one of you probably won't be able to carry it by themselves. But yeah.
I think I already have 1 or 2 in my bag of holding.
Guess I can grab 2.
Yeah, I have 2 in my bag of holding already.
Yep. Remember, it's the bag of holding doesn't really help with the weight thing.
No,
Right.
I was just saying, in general.
All right. So whoever wants them can add them to their character sheet.
Guess I'll grab 2 of the 4.
All right. Who's grabbing the other 2?
I grabbed the other 2.
Yeah, I was going to say, you notice normally Derek, who's been grabbing them willy-nilly, it's kind of really reluctant.
Whoa.
Shit. He turns giant. You gonna get us there that fast?
He puts down his finger. Oh, just playing.
That's a really neat party trick.
I know. He says, Bailey could run about as fast as the rides, so he can take you there. I actually think he runs literally as fast as.
Yeah, I think last time you said 120 feet.
Yeah. So he runs exactly as fast as them. And he will lead you to the barge. On bike, it will probably take you about a day to get there. And then remember, you're going to be cutting the speeds by. Look at the player planning map really quick. So from here, to give you guys an expectation on how long it would take for you to get there, it was about half speed on the grinder, so it's going to be 20% faster than that. So,
well, we weren't going full speed on the grinders either.
That's true as well.
Yeah, you were pacing because of Edmund.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you could, if it takes you 8 days to go somewhere, this thing is about 4 times as fast. So something that takes you 8 days would take you 2 days instead.
That's awesome.
That's very nice.
Yeah, they're pretty quick. But you still need to sleep, obviously, just like before. That's why it's not even faster than that. Otherwise, geez, you'd be making some ridiculous time.
Right.
But yeah, the barge is about a day away, and it will easily be able to carry those two. Use it to bring across the demon grinder. It's quite a large boat. We have a Morenoloth on standby to ferry it across safely, and be able to use it. With Bailey with you, you'll have no issues.
Renault. Interesting.
You have encountered these creatures before. You recognize the term. It is the monsters that almost TPK'd you that were creating whirlwinds or whirlpools in war.
Yeah.
Long ago.
Yep.
Man, forever ago. In the pre-adventure.
Yeah, they
Before we
are.
got a mile-wide city.
Ugh.
How do we want to split up? Like, who's on which bikes?
And who's riding bitch?
Antamilla is no one's bitch.
Spoilerinos, the high decks. Wait, that's my bike. Get off. Shoo.
Oh.
Shoo.
Sorry,
Does it have
sorry.
does his have like sweet flames on the side and the others don't?
It has on the side of the bike, on like the parts where you could decorate things, nice little happy trees painted on it. Actually, the other
Happy
ones are
life.
just bloody and devilish. His has a nature motif to it.
It's very Bob Rossian. You remember that bar? Anybody else remember that bar?
I believe I've heard that name. Anyway, do come back. Otherwise, again. And you see Red Ruth actually happy. She's like rubbing her hands together. Don't take too long, dearies.
We'll need the password.
Oh, yes. And she kind of... she does like as dramatic of... For glory! I know, such a cheesy and stupid password.
That is cheesy.
Leave it to knights. Ugh. Disgusting.
Or glory.
Well, is there anything else before you go?
No, I believe if everything goes well, we'll be seeing each other again.
Mm-hmm. And, if for some reason Zariel comes here and we have to leave, I will send Reginald to find you. Reginald! From the far north, another quickling. There's a bunch of these things. I'm not even gonna do them all. They were all over the place. Just so teeny tiny, it's easy for them to hide at eyesight. Fast.
Death of 1,000 cuts.
Yeah, these things are little vicious little guys. They're scary. This is Reginald, and I will send him to find you. Red Ruth has ways of finding people, so if we have to move, I will send Reginald to let you know. Yeah, boss. Kind of back. All right then. Well, I think you have something you should be doing. Shoo, shoo, shoo.
Are we all ready?
I think so.
Edmund?
We're gonna be.
All right. So is the plan to go to the crypt, or do you guys have another plan with these more machines?
Wait,
It's in a wind tunnel of depth. Oh, it's.
I heard.
All right.
Might be here in mine. Jesus, it sounds really loud outside.
Sorry about that, folks. We're having technical difficulties. Internet is bad, but we're back. We're taking our break. Ready to continue. The party was just saying that they were hopping on their bikes, and Eldrin dropped a line to Smiler, old, as they ride off west into the sunset. with the quickling Bailey following alongside. And are you guys going to the barge?
Go into the barge. Oh yeah, because to get across the water.
Right, to get across the water to get to the crypt. Yeah.
I suppose.
So pretty much, I think as of right now, we're going to deal with crypt, and then we'll decide if we need to diverge, right?
Pretty much, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so like Smiler had said, it's about a day. So you will have to camp overnight. Bailey will ask you, "Hey, what was that Fernwender thing about? What was that?"
None of your business.
Oh, well, fuck you, guy. Okay.
I think it's some sort of fellow elven term of endearment.
I don't think so. Didn't sound like that at all.
What did it sound like to you then?
Sounded like a name. Or a title.
Maybe it was a title.
Fancy.
That's literally doesn't.
Yeah, nobody else really knows. I don't think.
Zero clue.
Alright, let's go to the map.
To the map. To the map. To the map.
To the FAP? What?
Not to
Yeah,
the map.
nope.
Just got really.
Donald, overnight, I'm going to try to do one thing
Yeah.
I sent you.
Oh, you sent me a thing.
Yep.
A thing you sent me.
No, more secrets. Stealthy, no. Private roll your stealth, so we don't know you're up to something.
The thing that you sent him. Yes.
Okay. Interesting. Interesting indeed. So, I assume that this is during your watch?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think anyone is going to notice, even with your garbage stealth roll, because they're trusting you to keep watch while they sleep.
Derek's like tripping over cans somehow.
Yeah.
Still doesn't matter. Okay, cool.
Alright, well done. You have sabotaged
thing.
the party again. And, we'll message you on Facebook. Hold on. Sorry, guys. Just give me another second.
Hmm?
All right. All right. I'm sorry, party. I'm sorry.
Why?
No reason.
Sorry, party? Did you meet that earlier?
You're sorry, party. Wait, what has? Why are you
Follow.
saying sorry?
It's all ogre.
There's no ogres in the party. We got a tiefling, an elf, Asner.
All right. So, after the day and you all camp, you're brought to the barge. You see a marina log on the side of the river where you are, next to a very large boat. And Bailey kind of just runs up, says some things. These guys are with us. We're okay to cross. Here's your normal pay. Hands him a sack of presumably some sort of coins. And he says, okay, drive him up, drive him up. And you're able to get onto the barge successfully. I'm not going to have you guys roll a check for destroying this. That'd be disastrous. And the Morenoloth gets on the boat behind you all, sticks his oar in the water, and the boat propels swiftly to the other side of the river without incident.
We all have non-flashbacks.
And yeah, you make it to the other side without issue. You're able to ride off. And I assume you're gonna head towards the crypt, right?
Yep.
Are we planning on heading around to again avoid this area?
What? Sorry, ping it again. What are you trying to say we're avoiding? Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, probably. Right?
Yeah, I mean, we're
Avoid the
faster than
circles
our
on the map. They're ominous.
Um,
I don't know what the hell those
Where's
are.
the crypt? Here?
Yep. There's a circle there.
Yeah, as I said, I feel like we already knew that was some sort of crypt from when I flew over it on the broom and gave me
Should
some
we-
info on it.
should we drop this guy off?
Drop. Yes.
I don't think he. I think he just followed us to the barge, right? Bailey?
No, no,
Or,
not
oh, the little
the.
Sparty Devil guy.
Titan. Yeah.
No, I'm talking about the Titan.
Considering the shit that we just got into,
The sound of death.
I think it was Thunder.
that's the storm right behind me that is still raging.
Oh my gosh, that's loud
Yeah.
as crap.
I am severely tempted to look outside.
Don't do it. That's how they get you.
But Antamilla likes lightning and thunder.
True.
I would say yes. We should drop him off.
I hate to leave him alone and bored, but I'd rather him be alive.
Yeah.
Let's see what he thinks on the
Yeah, we can
matter.
always come back and get him once we've got.
He is interested in going to Archon. So he will agree as long as you bring him with you. When you do so, he's cool with it. But even if you don't, he's fine with waiting there as well.
I guess we could always just leave him with the bikes, and he can just sort of peace out if there's any danger. Since he is like naturally a dang demon, but I don't know.
That is a good point. I just don't want, if we end up going down into this crypt, which we.
Oh no, he's not
I
coming.
don't
in
want
the
him
fucking
going.
crypt at
Yeah.
all. He's not coming in the crypt at all. No, that wasn't an option. Sorry, no.
Yeah, we might as well leave him there.
Okay, so you're gonna leave him where he was at his big helmet, where he was safe before?
Right. Then we
Right.
can come back later.
It'll take about an extra day since you're going around the long path and kind of swinging down and then around again. Oh wow, I hear that storm outside. Holy.
Yeah.
He will run to his helmet and hide and wave to you. And you go around. The Quickling will stay with the barge. Just come back when you want to cross. And yeah, you were at what appears to be a crypt. There are bodies, like you passed through here before. I'm sorry, not bodies. Arms and armor probably long since ruined, with symbology of El Terrell on them. More specifically, the Hellriders. And you see, just kind of looking around this area, a large structure with a stone wall at the front of it. Near the entrance as well, the map that you have kind of speaks up from Edmund's possession and says,
Shit.
Dariel's fallen companions cannot rest. Nobody can nightmare else.
Oh yeah, that's I've heard before. That's what I couldn't remember what alluded me to it being like a crypt, but that's what it was.
Hmm.
I had heard that the first time I flew over it with the map.
Mm-hmm. And on the outside, near the entrance, there's like a unnatural smog kind of swirling around the outside of this, and the front entrance is flanked by what you assume are statues of armored knights, dozens of them, kind of facing outwards, built into the sides of the walls of this structure. And that is all you see. Just a large stone wall where the entrance is.
Can I see if there's like fresh tracks going out,
Yeah,
coming in?
give me a perception check.
Give me a second. Ooh.
Yeah. So you notice tracks that seem to be heading towards the northeast that are relatively recent. You think that probably they were left about a day ago. Um, and they seem to kind of originate from the entryway of this place, which is certainly not wide enough for whatever you assume it's probably some sort of wagon based on it. They kind of look like wheel marks. Um, and yeah, so you think that there might have been some sort of wagon here relatively recently that left about a day ago. And there doesn't seem to be another place for it to be kind of stored. So you think that whatever was here is not correct.
Did we get a sense, based on our conversation, a sense of how often he frequents?
The Imperium wouldn't know, but he said he would have seen it a couple of times, but he doesn't know how regular that the chariot drawn by the strange metal creatures leaves and goes. A little ways away from where he kind of feels safe. He doesn't go often.
Is there any way for me to tell on the tracks based on does it look like it's frequently traveled, or is it like
Yeah.
these are new tracks and there hasn't been any tracks in a while?
No, it looks well traveled. There's tracks all around this area for that similar wagon-like thing. You presume a chariot based on what you've heard through other
Right.
context clues, and the footfalls of creatures. Aside from the footfalls of, you assume two four-legged creatures, like horses perhaps, and the chariot. There's been no other activity outside here. So no other footfalls. All there are the tracks of the wagon, the tracks of four-legged creatures, and then the tracks of someone that probably wears heavy armor walking to and from the stone wall. But that's it.
It looks like the chariot stays out here while he goes in and out.
That is a safe assumption.
Makes sense.
No tracks in front of the statues.
No.
Can we cast detect magic as a ritual by any chance?
I can't do it as a ritual, just as a spell.
I think I have it prepared, so we should be able to ritual it.
Which is a
Yeah.
which is a third level spell slot for me, of which I have 2.
I can ritual it. Detect magic's a burst though, but I can ritual it. So either way.
Oh, you can ritual it?
Yeah.
Oh, that seems good.
I feel like if we can ritually around the statues and the entrance, see if there's anything we're not seeing.
I attempt to do that.
Okay. So.
Can make pass with the lamp too.
Sure. You, with your detect magic, detect abjuration and transmutation from the stone wall, and nothing from anything else.
Just from the stone wall.
Mm-hmm.
I let them know this. specifically letting Derek know this.
Yeah. I guess I'd like to do an Arcana check. Anything specific more than just like, oh yeah, abjuration is, barriers kind of thing. If there's anything unique.
Well, give me a an investigation check actually, because
Okay.
I want to see if you notice the door that will help make that decision. So, looking around the door, you don't see any obvious signs of like arcane runes or sigils. So,
Okay.
making like an Arcana check might be difficult to know the specifics of how this magic works without something like identify.
Yeah.
It's really hard to say. Like normally, you have some sort of clue. You imagine that whatever is enchanting this is enchanted the object itself, and the runes are either on the other side or there are no runes, and it's just enchanted via a permanency spell. But there's no signs that you could just look at this and say, "I know what that is." Might be able to
Well,
test certain things.
Yeah, but you can do Arcana. I thought what you were saying, and sorry, Alex, if I'm not understanding right, but I thought what you were saying is you wanted to do an Arcana check to see if you knew what like that would be commonly used for. Is that what you were saying, or were you?
Well, I thought he said aside from the obvious. I thought he said my.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, never mind.
Yeah,
Yeah,
abjuration
like, I
is
already-
protection. Transmutation is changing the shape of things.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Yep. Exactly. So, as more specific, are there any details about the door which I'll relay?
Got it.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm not.
no, that's,
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything, guys. This is very interesting.
Well, it's probably just stopping us from going in unless we have a password.
probably yeah. What should we do?
Speak, friend, and enter.
Basically.
You speak, friend, and nothing happens.
Dang.
Do we say the password?
I was going to say, I turn to the party and start
I was
saying,
gonna say, who wants to
"For
do the
glory."
honors?
All right,
Um,
as Derek turns around and says, "For glory to the party," the magical stone doors, seem to split in half into the wall and open what appears to be dark crypt.
Dark, you
AKA
say?
very dark.
Ooh.
I say, without realizing that the map probably has all over it.
Probably.
Yep, I lied to you. So sorry.
No.
Correct.
I actually think, did I actually do the dynamic lighting? I don't know if I went back and did it. I think I did though.
It looks. I mean, it's just dark
Like-
from my point of view, but I could just be
Yeah.
the
Yeah, I think
my
there's,
positioning.
I have torches all over this place. Rip.
And you-
I actually specifically had to add the light source for. I actually think I was on a call with Kenny when I was talking about this. I said, Elion's gonna hate me.
Oh, I do remember you mentioning. I didn't know that was this.
That's
I
what
remember
this
you
was.
mentioned-
Yeah.
Yeah, you were like, I'm putting torches everywhere. Elliot's gonna hate this map.
Yeah.
Just
then-
put them out as we go.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's. Hold on, I have to check. Make sure they're not magical torches. Save us some.
Better.
Three? Does it not say? I'm just gonna say the regular torches, so that won't be a problem. Because it doesn't say, like it did with the
Oh, in
ones.
the temple.
That place specifically said it was just a whole bunch of places just has them on the map that I downloaded. Okay. So there you go. You guys can move yourselves around and I'll describe stuff as you see it. Yeah.
Are we good with this formation?
I'm fine with it.
Sure.
Oh, I was on mute. I was saying I was good with it.
that
Are
good?
we to do anything? I guess I'll.
Do we want to do the classic where I go look ahead, or
We can do that. I was about to say I'll hold the lantern out as I progress. If you're gonna go, well, I guess if you're gonna go, you want to be in the darkness. You don't want the lantern.
well, there's no darkness yet, so
No, that's fair. Yeah, if you want to take the lantern with you, if you're going to scout ahead, that way if there's anything invisible that sees you, you'll see it. If there's already light everywhere anyway.
Alright, do you guys want me to scout ahead or not?
I'm fine with the scouting.
Yeah. Seems like a good idea. Make sure we don't run into anything crazy.
Alright. And I probably won't do it with the lantern because that'll kind of give me away.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's kind of a giant glowing light.
Well, I didn't know how much lighting there was in here. If there's already lighting, then
A lot of lighting.
Yeah.
Ridiculously, everywhere there was a torch, I copy-pasted one of the dynamic lighting torches on top of it. It took me forever. I knew that they were all going to be put out anyway.
One of you mind guidance me while I go stealth ahead?
no. Yeah.
Valcor, instead of using thunderous noises, grant this one faint footsteps.
Yeah, that sounds good actually.
The god of thunder and storms is going to make you quiet.
Calm before the storm.
True.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, yeah, so I attempt to stealth ahead
Okay, give me a
and
stealth
look
check.
around corners to see what's up.
Yeah. Holy crap.
That'll do.
Little 35.
Yeah, just move yourself where you want to be. And you step on a trap. No, I'm just messing with you.
Happens.
To the left and to the right, these rooms seem remarkably similar. You see large iron burial urns positioned reverently throughout this hall. Each one is engraved with a coat of arms from the city of El Terrell. In the rooms, on racks along the wall, you see polished swords, lances, and shields.
I guess if is that where are the urns?
In the room, there are these weird structured things.
Oh, okay, this thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. I'll go this way first, I guess. Checking around corners.
Yep, around this corner, you might notice something.
Yeah, I see things around this corner.
Yeah, so in the room to the south, you see creatures kind of roaming about. They make slight moaning noises as they move along. They appear to be heavily bandaged. I think that they are probably... Actually, give me a religion check. I didn't realize these weren't CR1. Actually... Yeah, you're not sure. They appear to be moaning humanoid creatures wrapped in bandages, though. Cool. Roaming around the room. And also in the room, from what you could see what you think. You know that. Nope, that's what you see. It doesn't seem to have noticed you at all. It's just kind of shambling around the room. You hear the noises of several of them, though.
Right. Alright. I will check on the other side.
Yeah. This room is again remarkably similar to the other one that I had described. Racks of weapons, polished weapons, iron urn. Looks like some sort of...
Check around this corner.
Yep, this room is remarkably the same. Now.
Not like similar creature I see on the. That's connected all the way.
Yeah, you think... Yeah, to the far, far east.
Right,
You
right.
see more shambling creatures. This room is a little different than the other rooms you've seen. This room, you see some caskets kind of vertically standing, and on the ground in front of each of the caskets is a rose, which appears to be fresh.
Like this one? Like
Yeah.
in here?
In front
Okay.
of each, there's several of them. North, here, one here. Beyond this room is another room that's, so this room right here is kind of similar to the other ones where you've seen those iron urns, and it's kind of like
Right.
the walls
Just
are
this
stacked
stuff.
with weapons. It looks like some sort of like perhaps offerings, like things that you would leave at a
I see.
gravesite, so to speak, like flowers and like offerings, so to speak, spices.
Checks out. Okay. So that seems to connect all the way to there. So it looks like we'll have to get through those. So probably head back to the group now.
Mhm.
All right. So I'll get back to the group and I'll whisper what I saw, which was, just looks like a crypt place. Urns all along the way. Seemed a couple of undead walking about in a room to the south. I didn't get a count of how many, but sounds like there's several. They didn't seem armed or anything, right? Just
No.
Okay.
yeah, unarmed. Um,
Something we've encountered before, or something new?
I mean, they looked like humanoids, maybe dead. I'm not sure. No, we fought on that before, but
Right, but not those kind. Is what I'm saying. Yeah.
it's hard to tell.
Yeah. Okay. Well, want to clear them out?
I'm sure I could do some damage if you guys
Sure.
wanted me to.
Well, I meant as a group. But which side do you think is more advantageous to clear out first?
They seem to connect,
Oh, gotcha.
so we can go. If we go from the right, there's a clear view to that room to the bottom.
Okay.
I didn't get, I didn't look everywhere. I didn't want to give myself up before talk to you guys.
Yeah. I can go first and try and draw fire, so you can sit back and just pick them off.
Yeah, I mean, I could probably surprise a bunch of them as well
Yeah,
if
we can do that.
if I
To
took
start
the
with it.
initiative
Start with it.
myself.
Sure.
Are we worried about attacking them at
What do you
all?
mean?
Or I don't know. I know they're undead, but
I mean,
perhaps they can talk. I don't know.
Uh,
I don't know. There's a bunch of Cyriel's people, right? So I don't know if that's good or not. It seems to be a well taken care place. There's like roses and stuff for the urns and offerings. So
If they're undead, they're probably suffering unfortunate souls, anyways.
are you saying something, Donald?
Oh, you missed my singing.
Oh, okay.
poor unfortunate soul.
Yeah, those
yeah.
poor unfortunate
My head,
souls.
everything. Yeah. That's funny.
Yeah, if you guys just
Um,
want to attack, we can just attack as well.
Sure. My
I
one
mean-
my one concern, not with this, if we have a lot of fresh footprints, is there a way we can keep eye on this entrance, just so we don't get, if something else comes in after us? Specifically, probably that general in the chariot.
How noisy was it when the door opened?
It was the sound of loud, like, stone grinding on stone. Even though there doesn't seem to be any stone grinding on stone. It was probably just the sound effect of the transmutation magic happening. It's like the
Right.
walls kind of suddenly went into the wall. It still seems to be open at the moment, actually.
I'm a little concerned. Well, yeah, I am concerned about closing it. There may not be a way from this side. Could I do some kind of investigation to determine if we'd be able to open this from this side?
Well, it's closed. It's open right now.
Yeah, it's open
Yeah.
at the moment. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess because we were talking about there were definitely not runes on that side. I don't know.
Yeah, there's not a wall there at the moment for you to really investigate on this side.
Okay.
It seems to have become one with the stone adjacent to it. It kind of split down the middle, going through the left wall and the right wall. You don't see anything, anything out of the ordinary aside from the fact that the wall is not currently there. You could certainly experiment with the word and see if, or the passphrase, and see if anything happens. Up to you.
You want to take the minute to figure that out, guys? A few minutes.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably a good idea that we know how to get out of this place if we need to, if something happens.
Can everyone in the party give me a stealth check with this
Oh.
conversation's going on?
Yeah.
Sure.
And while they're doing
See-
that, I'll
see
probably
what-
go back to check to make sure that nothing is that the
Well-
things are not alerted.
Okay, give me a second. Oh my god.
Well, no, yeah. If depending on how the conversation.
Alright. Just a second.
That doesn't look good, guys.
Magic 8 Ball says outlook not so good.
It's fine. It's
Mm-hmm.
okay, cool. Eldrin. If
Yes.
when you look down the corner, you don't.
Okay. Cool.
Passes.
Definitely keep an eye and an ear.
Yeah. You don't see anything when you look down the hallway. You hear moaning from the roof, so you're confident that whatever was in there is still in there, and you just can't see it for some reason. Might be
Right.
behind a wall, something along those lines. Actually, you would see something. I love this line of sight tool. Hiding behind some urns in the just kind of hiding behind urns.
Oh.
Seem to be waiting for.
All right. I'll keep an eye on them while the group does whatever it was gonna do.
I'll say you guys can stay here. I'm going to go on the other side just in case, if you do get trapped, I can open it from outside. Sound good?
Sure. Yeah. That does make sense, actually.
All right. Sorry about that again. Let's continue. What did I miss?
I went on the other side of the threshold.
Yep.
And I was asking, presumed there were stairs going down.
Yes, there are.
Okay. So yeah, I'm standing pretty much at the top of the stairs on the outside,
Okay.
waiting, and I'll kind of whisper down, "All right, I'm on the other side."
How do we close it?
Be the same phrase?
Oh, maybe. For glory.
The door, the magical stone wall seems to start to re-emerge from the walls and close shut.
Cool. I'll give it
Cool.
like a second or two, and then I'll say for glory.
The same thing happens. It opens back up.
Okay.
So it works from the inside. Good, good, good.
And each time very audible.
Yeah, it's sound of stone on
Perfect.
stone.
Okay, I'll walk back down with them. So yeah, I think this is a great way. If we close it, if that guy does show up, hopefully we'll be able to hear.
Are you gonna leave it open right now or close it? Now that you're back inside, Derek.
I
If it
want to
makes
close
noise,
it.
it seems like we should close it, right?
Yeah.
So we can hear if he comes through.
Yep.
Okay. You do that. Works.
Yay.
All right. We'll
All
get
right.
Gordy and let them know that the things seem to be hiding now. So they put hurt us.
Yeah. Okay. So do we party vote? I guess. Do we want to try and talk to these things, or do we just want to start blasting?
When you phrase it that way,
Edmund's team start blasting. They're undead. He doesn't care. But,
yeah, I'm
party vote.
leaning towards start blasting.
Again, I don't think
Blast.
Donald was on for it, but he won't stop you from trying to talk to them first. Like, there's no reason for him to. So, but if you ask his input, he'll be very much okay with just killing them. They're undead.
I also say, let's just go in, clean them out.
All right.
Okay.
Do you want me to?
I'll say,
Start.
let's end their suffering. That's how I'll say it.
Yeah, I mean, at best case, they're suffering souls that need to be relinquished. At worst case, they're fiendish undead things that are very evil.
Okay.
All right.
I'm gonna. How long does guidance last?
Took it to your like a minute, I think, until your next action.
I'm gonna throw a
It's very short.
Should throw a guidance on myself in case I have to stealth or anything before we start walking.
That's actually not a bad idea.
All right.
Yes. Do you guys want me to open?
Still,
Yeah, I was gonna say I figured you'd try and get the drop on them, and then we'll follow up after that.
All right. I'll try to stealth around the corner and start shooting at them, probably.
Okay.
Do you want me to do another stealth check?
Yeah.
Okay.
You are like the wind.
Jeez.
So I'll around the corner. I see the two that are hiding. And if I have a shot on them, I'll start shooting.
Yeah, if you see him, you have a shot. Welcome to Sharpshooter.
All right.
Go ahead and roll for initiative. Everybody.
Okay.
Oh, let me make sure initiative track is. We're good. Okay. I'm gonna roll them all as one.
Gabby!
What?
I got sheesh. 1. Garbage 2. Better. All right.
Hey, it took your higher one automatically. It looked like.
Yeah,
Wow,
That's
they
pretty-
were really good.
Or maybe the second one.
it was the second one, yeah. But
But either way, I think in the past you always had to put in the second one, right?
yeah. So that's a nice change.
I mean, if it's not the higher, if it's the second, it's still maybe annoying sometimes, but whatever.
Okay. Derek, you're top of the initiative.
Whoa. Okay.
Yes.
I will, let's see, 5, 10, 15.
Mhm.
I don't see anything. So I will just prepare a firebolt for any undead looking creature
Yeah,
from that direction.
got it. Okay. Eldrin.
Start blasting.
Yeah. You won't have surprise, but you will have stealth. They seem to be aware of you, or at least aware of something coming for them.
Yep. I should have advantage on all of my shots.
You will.
Because I'm going before them.
Yep.
14.
I actually think it does.
Oh yeah, I was hoping they have lazy.
Yeah, they're literally made of tissue paper.
Oh, that's
Alright. So that's see, sneak attack.
meta knowledge.
Is it still up?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just gauging the strength. Just gauging the strength.
Jeez, you think they're made of tissue paper, but it's
Oh,
two
yeah,
ply,
you
my
said
dude.
they were tissue paper.
It's two ply. You haven't seen that
Uh-huh.
Charmin commercial. Okay, hold on. He might not be alive anymore.
Well, he wasn't alive in the. Anyway.
Actually, what is this? So 30 plus 26, so 56? Yeah, still up.
Oh wait, that was my dread ambusher. So. Oof,
That's exactly enough to put him down.
that's funny.
58 on the
What
money.
Oh, I wouldn't be able to see it, so I can't even ask.
Right,
You-
and then I will shoot at the second.
Crap! That was the one that was the initiative.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say.
Nice.
Somewhere between 18 and 14,
Yeah.
you can put him, and he'd be okay.
Go ahead. You have more attacks, Eldrin?
Yep.
Peace. That's a hit.
All right. And then I will go ahead and move. Guess
You done? Is my mic muted? Did I lose
Oh
connection?
no, sorry.
Right, so you're
Trying
done.
I was trying to move, but it's not moving. Sorry.
Oh, where do you want to move?
Okay. I guess that's fine. That's fine.
Okay, there. Ooh. Mummy block. Hide these guys. Cover. Alright, mummy. Pass them up. Oh, they do not move very fast at all.
I would imagine not. No. If it's literally just mummies, I feel like Eldrin could just kite them for days.
Yeah, they do have a ranged attack though. Eldrin,
Yep.
give me a wisdom saving throw.
Sure. 11.
Surprisingly enough. How are these CR3 monsters? Barbo. Target that succeeds on the saving throw is immune to. Okay, so.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised they're CR3.
I guess they're pretty tanky.
They are. He's not bad.
I didn't see which way you went around the corner, right? Okay, good.
Yeah, I mean, you saw me coming in and out several times.
Okay.
See more mummies shambling towards you. Bummer. Omer. Or mummy dashing towards you. Alright, mummy dashing is complete. On to Mila, your turn.
All right, let's go ahead and go around. 5, 10, 15, 20. Don't say anything. 25, 30. All right. Yeah, I guess I'll just go ahead and use the tried and true Sacred Flame.
Alright, what's the DC? It's Dex, right, Anthony?
I believe it is Dex. The DC should be actually on the damn spell. Let me just go ahead and throw it up. Boop. 14. I didn't go up, did it?
It rolls a 0. You absolutely hit it.
Nice.
For 2 radiant?
Oh yeah, super duper damage, 2 radiant damage. All right, giggity.
Nice.
Cool.
Fuck it. Sacred
Nice.
Flame, garbage.
Nice. You done?
Yeah, I am done.
It did fail. And then it's your turn.
It failed in a different way. Jesus. Double ones. It should never be. Oh my god, it's so fucking stupid. I am bitter.
You're good, Anthony Miller?
I'm good. That was my turn.
Moving. Is this a hard corner, Donald?
Yes.
Looks like it. Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
You see mummers.
30. I'll stay right where I am, and I will attempt to hit this first one with a Sacred Flame Wheel.
Sacred Flame. 30. Oh, Mummy's not being very dexterous creatures. He again rolls a 0.
Sweet. And since I hit,
Have I activated your trap card?
yeah, I will deal an additional 4 radiant damage on top of that from my
Okay.
feet things. So yeah, total of 11 radiant damage.
Oh. Okay.
And pass turn.
Derek, your friend's firing down the hallway, the south.
Cool. Elion, remind me now, is there any benefit for me snuffing out lights to help you? Or
I'll
can
give-
you...
If they can't see me, they'll give you an advantage. But I don't know if it's possible with the lighting configuration.
All right, well, let me see. So I'm going to move 15 feet this way to see what's happening. And it looks like I'm just seeing these 2 torches. So I'm going to try it. I'm going to press to digitize and use a single sorcery point to get both of the lights by twinning it.
You're gonna twin press the digitation to put out both the torches?
Yep.
Cool. Alright, hold on, give me just... Fortunately, these torches are hard-coded on the map, if I recall.
My other 15 move back into the corridor.
Cool, they're gone. Despite there still being torch images there, I put red lights, so the ones without red lights are not lit. But it is dark. Okay.
And I go and I say, do your thing.
Eldrin, you are hidden, obscured by the darkness.
All right. I will go ahead and
Commence the blasting.
commence the blast. I'll Hunter's Mark this guy,
Okay, yep.
and then I'll commence the blasting after that. Where's my...
I think you only miss on a 1. The hit?
Is that a crit? Do you have advantage, right?
Yeah, actually.
If they can't see me, yeah. Alright, so let's crit with advantage, and I can also do my sneak attack.
It dies.
Rip.
Oh, I didn't even do my hunter's mark.
Chill. It dies more.
Good.
It does not
Alright.
have enough plies.
Alright, I'll look to the one next to it and shoot it as well.
All right.
I think the
Yeah.
13 was just enough last time. So.
14 is more than enough.
Alright,
They're very not AC. Okay. Anything else?
Just walking hit points.
In 4th edition, I think they called these brutes.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That's me.
All right, mummy block.
Mommy block, which sounds funny.
This one runs up and tries to punch you with its fist, Edmund. Mummy fist.
You won't.
Say that, it's gonna crit you. You better be careful.
That happens to me so much.
It does not crit you.
Current AC is 22. Also, by the way, make sure you all have your 7 temporary hit points applied.
Ooh,
Yep.
It also stares at you.
Uh,
Give me a DC unknown wisdom saving throw. I don't think you could fail this.
As I said, you gotta have
my wisdom saving throw is a plus 11.
Yeah,
but
you
I'll
can't
I
fail it. Don't roll
yeah,
it.
because I'd run at 11. So
Yep, you are good. Let's see. Oh, more mummies back here. Mummers. I cannot do the glare attack against you anymore, by the way. Edmund.
yeah, I figure when you didn't do it for me again.
Well, they can't see you right now either.
Yeah, I said that the other one that was next though.
On to Mila. Mia, I don't think you could fail either. But it's still gonna try it. It tries to stare at you, and nothing happens. This one will keep moving. Okay. On to Mila. It's your turn.
Alright. Just shambling. Oh! I mean, they're mummies. They're just covered in wraps, right? They're just...
Yeah.
Alright. Yeah, nothing special then. Alright. I'm just going to assume that these poor bastards are... obstacles, and he is close. The one is right there in front of me. Or, well, more like in front of Edmund. Can I position myself a little better? Technically, I kind of can. I can walk through people, right?
Yeah, you can walk through friends. They don't even slow you down.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Wait, walking through enemies though is a different matter.
No, I just walked. Yeah, that's it.
Oh, you're going. You'll provoke from the mummy on the left.
No. You said I could walk through friends, so I'm just gonna go straight here.
Do you not
Here.
see this enemy right here?
Oh, there's a mummy right here.
Yeah, there's a mummy here.
No,
Is there a mummy on?
Yeah.
This looks like Derek. Is this not Derek? Right.
What?
Here? Oh, there we. Yeah, I see Derek. I see Derek's token right here.
Weird.
Oh, that's weird.
Hello.
Yeah, Derek's right
That
here.
is weird. Oh my.
refresh.
Okay, yeah, that was weird.
Does it look normal now?
Yeah, it looks normal now. That was weird. Okay, so I'm gonna go back here. Yeah, so I'm like, oh, Derek's there. I don't know how the hell he got there, but let's make sure we get to an advantageous position. Well, since I don't want them to make that corner, I'll just go ahead and save your attack then. Darn, that would have been fun. Darn it, Derek. Why weren't you one of the mummies? How dare you? All right, I'm gonna go ahead and try with my divine booming blade attack.
Yeah, you hit him.
Alrighty, so 11 slashing, 10 thunder. If he moves, he'll take 2d8 and take another 3 thunder damage because it can't be their line there.
Got it. It has been done.
Okay. Yeah, that's it.
By the way, you thought it was hard attacking on the corner, but it didn't matter because these things are easy to hit like paper. Edmund, your turn.
All right. Well, now that he's right in front of me, I'm just gonna take a whack at him because that's much better, I think, than my Sacred Flame. So the one directly below me, I will swing at it with my longsword.
Yeah.
15 to hit for 12 slashing.
Yeah. That is a hit.
Still up.
Yep.
17 to hit for 11 slashing.
Okay.
So just whack, whack, double slash.
You hit him twice.
I got nothing else. I'll pass turn.
Okay. Derek.
Whoa. Okay. I'm going to try this. I'm going to move here now. And then I'm sorry, losing control of my mouse. I'm going to cast Word of Radiance.
Ooh.
And these are with each creature I can see within 5 feet. So
Yeah.
the first two are going to make a con save
On save.
of 17.
Okay. One on the left is first. Fails. On the right, fails.
Nice.
Nice. It deals-
So, but it is a cantrip, so I'm going to add that more radiance damage.
Got it. How much?
That's a great question. I forgot. Is it my spell attack or my modifier?
And I think it's only to 1, right?
Yeah.
Which
will
one do you
apply
want
it.
to have the bonus?
Apply it to the one Edmund's been swinging at.
Alright, so they'll take, I'm going to assume 4.
5 now.
Oh, it's 5? You have a 20?
If it's my modifier, it's +5.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. Done?
I suppose so.
Eldrin.
Yes.
Blast the one that they've been blasted.
Okay. Both of them. One, which one? The one on the left first?
Yeah.
It dies.
Right, then the one on the right.
Yep. It dies.
Got there, then attack as well. I forgot. I think that's it.
Okay. Derek, give me a wisdom saving throw as this mummy looks at you and starts creeping towards you. The mummy creep. Save.
Yay.
Tries to mummy punch you.
For the punch, I'll do protection.
Yeah. The protection saves you!
Yeah.
It misses. As its rotting hand clangs against Edmund's shield. And they are done. On to Mila.
Okay, so I see Derek beside Edmund.
Yes.
Right, and I see a mummy under Derek, just making sure.
Yeah, that is, both of those statements are true.
Perfect, so I can actually go behind the mummy this time.
That's
Like
true.
I was intended to do. Okay, great. I'm going to do the same thing I did last time, except hopefully with a better attack hit, even though it hit last time. It's not the point. It's a matter of, I don't know, pride or something. Oh, nice. All right, and that's going to be 9 slashing and 12 thunder with 3 more thunder since he's the first one in this round. And if he moves, he'll take 2d8 thunder damage.
So it's 24 total?
Yes.
Plus 3 on top. Okay. Cool. Edmund, your turn.
Alright. Move here. And give it a wiggity whack. X2. Huh. Huh.
A hit and a hit.
For 18 total.
Okay.
And I don't have any bonus action I want to do, so I will pass while remaining 5 feet from the friends.
Derek, it is your turn.
Cool. I'm going to stay put. Do a firebolt. It will be at disadvantage because I'm right up in his face.
Which will still hit.
Figured. And I'll add the 5 radiant to it.
As your firebolt strikes the mummy, it seems more effective than all the other attacks you've seen so far, except for
Hey.
Eldrin's, because Eldrin does 500 damage. But
Yeah.
your damage is amplified, as though it seems to be weak against fire. The first creature you've ever encountered with such a vulnerability.
Nope.
Yeah.
The one I exploded with Radiant was vulnerable to Radiant, remember?
I'm talking
why
to
you-
Derek about his fire damage right now.
I thought you meant,
First
like, at
time
all.
ever that Derek has gotten to use his fire damage in something that was particularly vulnerable.
I thought
to
you
him.
meant we hadn't come across
Yeah.
because they're super rare, right? Like that's not something that is very common in 5th edition.
Yes.
Apologies. Continue.
Derek,
Cool.
you feel a
Yep.
slight moment of happiness as you're attacking something that is not immune or resistant to fire for the first time ever. And it explodes.
Fantastic.
I brushed my shoulder off.
Yes. Okay. Good job, guys. You like to do next?
I think the body's turned to dust. Is there anything to see in the room to investigate?
Do you all want to move into the room?
Before we do that, do we know if this thing stayed dead?
You failed your religion check.
Yeah, I'm asking the group.
All right, yeah.
Alright.
If everyone wants to give me a religion check, they could certainly do so.
So you just described this last one was blown up. How many are remaining?
You don't see any more mummies?
I guess
You're
the vet that
confident mummies don't come back once they're killed.
Second time is the charm.
Who mummified them?
What about the ones on the way on the left?
Oh, the ones that you've just noticed? It's your turn,
Yeah.
Eldrin.
All right.
You see more mummies that were coming from the left after moving a little bit.
They're trying to sneak on me, huh?
That's why you guys noticed the initiative order wasn't gone. You're like, something's wrong here. Do mummies come back? What is going on?
All right. Is this the same initiative?
Yeah. Still same combat.
All right. No, I'll go blasting then.
Yeah.
12?
Hits.
All right. And I will hit it with the sneak attack.
I don't even know if I need to do this now that you guys have noticed them.
Oh, I guess I might as well Hunter's Market as well.
Hold on.
90 feet.
Oh, no, I'm not. I'm going to wrap this
Oh,
one
you're trying
up.
to see if they're gonna get to us.
Yeah,
I think we
this
all
is-
passed our save.
Yeah, you've all passed your save. There's no way they're gonna make it to you guys before they die. I'm just gonna. So you see some mummies seemingly tactically attempting to come from the left-hand side, and Eldrin notices them, pulls out his bow, starts blasting. You all start blasting with your ranged stuff. They're not able to make it to you in time. They move way too slow for that. The fact that they even got this far was because they had one round of you guys sitting around doing religion checks and talking about it. So yeah, we're just gonna kill them off.
Okay.
You guys use your radiant fire, your fire bolts. Good job.
Makes sense. Sacred Flame.
Dude, Kenny, this guy is obsessed with you in my chat, by the way. Homie
Who?
loves you. He's pissed that your camera's off. The Kermit
Who?
guy.
Oh, who is
This-
that again?
I
How do you
don't
know?
know. He gave me Mario Maker levels back in the day, but this guy loves you. He
That's
gets mad
fantastic.
whenever your camera's off.
Oh yeah.
He comments on your beard weekly. Yeah, it's just hyper awkward. All right, guys. There seems to be no mummies, and there seems the lack of moaning leads you to believe that the room is safe.
Anything going on with the urns? Something like that?
Oh, I didn't describe this room. I described it a little. Let's see. So in this room, see, don't see. You see iron urns similar to the other rooms. It's kind of hard to say without going in the room a little bit more to see what else you see, but it seems remarkably similar to the other room. Derek, what's your passive investigation?
18.
Derek, you would also notice. I'm gonna roll. Hold on.
Okay.
There's a 50% chance of something. You want the number to be higher than 50.
Higher, higher, higher.
It's not. Never mind.
Aww.
Alright. Well, we shall investigate the other rooms. Mummies came
Why
from down
not?
there.
Straight down.
That's where they came from. Wonder what's. Let me take a quick look out here on the right.
Sure.
What am I seeing here?
What are
Benches?
those?
Yeah, so, okay, so hold on. Let's start with
When-
Antamila because she asked a question.
Alright.
Antamila, in this room, you see a large urn just filled with human bones. Give me an intelligence check, Antamila.
Sure. Just wait. Flat intelligence.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, thinking about this, you remember seeing a lot of arms and armor outside without bodies. So maybe these are the remains of the people that once inhabited the suits of armor and stuff outside of the crypt.
Maybe.
Also on Tamila, on the western wall, you notice it's like a carved relief in the wall, and it shows a column of mounted knights charging through a portal into a fiery hellscape.
Huh. Can I? Well, I mean, I guess we. I don't. Okay. Cool.
I've heard this word before, guys, but for Eldrin's room, I remember I had to Google this last time, I think. In this room, you see 4 memorial steels, Steles, stand in this hall. I think they're just like tombstones, each engraved with hundreds of names. A legend etched at the top of each stele reads, in common, "Here lie the fallen. May their souls echo here until the end of time." Adorning the wall across from the stele, so the wall is closest to you, the carved relief showing a solemn, blindfolded angel on the back of a mammoth with feathered wings. The mammoth is reared up on its hind legs, and the angel holds her sword high. All around them are the bodies of fallen knights and devils.
Alright. Perhaps.
Does it look safe down there, Eldrin?
Oh, I'm investigating the shit out of this place.
Yeah, give me an investigation check if you want to investigate this, Antamila.
It looks safe enough, but we
Okay.
should probably stick together and then check
We're
it out.
starting to have a weird
together.
split
Yeah.
going on.
So I'm going. That's what I mean. If it's okay down there, I'm going to look down here first.
Antamila, you're kind of looking around this room. and see sealed sarcophagi. Well, not sarcophagi. I'm sorry, urns. Along the south and eastern walls. Other than that, you don't really find anything interesting. You pop open the top of an urn, there just seems to be bones inside.
Interesting. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and do ritual detect magic while everyone else does stuff.
Okay. Is anyone doing anything while Altamila spends 10 minutes doing detect magic?
I mean, the three of us could check out some other rooms as long as everyone is comfortable staying here.
I'm fine with that.
I'd want to check
Not
out
gonna
this
touch
room,
anything yet
not go
until
too far.
I'm,
Sure.
like
Probably
mummies.
turn lights
Cursed.
off. Let's
Yeah, good point too.
snuff out torches as we go.
Okay, yeah.
What is that? Oh, that's a weapon track, I think. Is it a weapon track? Looks like a
So
weapon
while
track.
she's doing that, I'd like to look around and, excuse me, investigate the room that I'm in.
Yeah, it's similar to the other rooms that you've seen, where there is a several iron urns and polished weapons on racks on the walls.
And down here are these like spice offerings.
Yeah, it just seems to be various sorts of incense and flowers and things that you would leave for a loved one, perhaps.
And they appear fresh like they do on the map.
Yeah, you.
I'll tell Edmund, just, notice how fresh kind of everything is.
It either means that this person's probably been here very recently, or they're
No.
still here.
Dun dun dun. Antamila, your detect magic ritual finishes.
Mhm.
And detect no magic near you.
Okay.
The radius is how many feet?
It lasts like 10 minutes,
It's
right?
30 feet for 10 minutes.
Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna walk around now. do, 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 do,
I will say when you enter this room, from the urns, detect a very faint aura of
from the urns?
Yep.
Like from down here?
Here, and here. Well, pretty much all the urns in this room.
I let them know there's a faint aura of necromancy on the urns. Don't know if anybody wants to do an actual investigation on the urns themselves, but yeah.
You
why
also
not?
get a faint aura of abjuration and necromancy here.
Where?
Here.
Towards that then?
Oh, where the roses were?
Oh. Oh, there's a lot of roses. Or wait, maybe there's only 3. Okay, there's only 3. It looks like that was like, oh, it's all rose. Huh.
I'd like to look at this urn without actually opening it up.
Yeah, it looks like an urn. It seems to be made out of iron.
Okay. Do we want to peek inside? Or leave it alone?
I mean, we're here.
I mean, is necromancy and urns like a common thing with clerics?
No,
Something they would know about?
it's not something that's normal.
It's not something like to preserve or anything.
Well, I mean,
It
there
could be,
is that,
perhaps. Yeah. Not common, though.
Okay. You should check out the big room to the right.
All right, let me head on over there real quick. To the
We
right.
have to take magic
Let me
now.
quickly go to the end of this room. Looks like the same thing. What are those down? That's fire. Okay, cool.
I think there was another
Okay.
entrance down the bottom of that one.
Oh, okay. Then I'll go down through here. Oh, right. Okay. Shit. And more roses. Hey.
Yeah,
let's
same
take roses.
thing. Abjuration and necromancy. Same thing from the urns in that room and this room. Faint necromancy from all the urns.
That always bodes well. Okay. Well, it's 10 minutes. I mean, as long as I'm constantly walking, it's going to take me 10 minutes to walk around the entire place.
All right, same thing in this room. And I'm snuffing out the torches as you go, by the way.
I'll say I'm putting lights on. I'm turning lights off. Yeah.
Same thing. The urns in this room. Necromancy, 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 necromancy.
And these are weapon racks, right? Here,
Holy
right?
Yeah. Polished lances, swords.
No magic coming off that, I take it.
No. Pick. Hold on, go back into this room, Altamila, the room you were just previously in.
This one here?
Okay, give me a second.
I'm personally, since I'm trying to catch up with him, I will say like I've been following them.
Okay, yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, they're kind of going hella quick.
Yeah.
Altamila, in this room, notice something interesting. You're about to move on, but even moving quickly as you are, even with a -5 to your passive perception, you think you notice a secret wall in this room.
Ooh, where?
The far eastern side. The wall just seems different than the other walls you've seen.
Knock, 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 knock.
Knocking on the wall? It sounds different if you knocked compared to another wall. There's like an echo behind it, perhaps. And just kind of looking around the wall, if you are interested, give me an investigation check.
Why not?
Yeah. You find that if you simply push on the wall at a point relatively near the center, there seems to be effectively a... Like, imagine if you had a stone and it had a metal pipe going straight down it. It's kind of like it turns by just simply being pushed. I hope that makes sense. It's kind of weird for me to describe.
I get it.
And I'm just going to remove this whole wall. In this room, now that the stone wall is gone, you detect an aura of abjuration.
What the heck are those?
On the floor, the
Are
room
millions of
is
egg rolls.
kind of ankle deep in mist. But through the mist, you could see what you think and would assume is a circle of blood and hundreds of slivers of parchment are arranged within it.
Oh, that looks interesting.
In a very morbid kind of way, yeah.
I try to tell any type of ritual or symbology I've come across.
You've seen on the urns throughout this place several coats of arms and references to El Terrell, which you would recognize because you've all been there before. But a specific religion so far, like in regards to like any particular gods, so far no. From nothing like to Helm or Lathander or Torm, anything like that hasn't been prominent or at all actually.
A blood circle.
Is the circle itself magical?
There is again an aura of abjuration coming from it.
Can I reach into the circle?
Certainly can. You reach into the circle and nothing happened.
Okay. I want to find out what one of these things are, so I'm going to reach in and grab.
Well, can we
whatever.
have Derek's hand Magic hand do it?
I mean, if you want, I don't really care. I'm just gonna reach in and grab it at this point.
So while Eldrin brings up the idea of using a magic hand to safely reach into the mysterious blood ritual circle, Antamila instead reaches into the mysterious blood ritual circle, pulls out a parchment of paper. On the paper, Antamila, you see it's kind of rolled up, but it easily unrolls. It's not like sealed or anything. And on the piece of paper, it says a name. Looking desperately on my desk. I'm just gonna go with the most generic name I could think of. It's Frank Johnson, and it appears to be a name that is written very cleanly and perfectly in red. You assume blood again.
In common.
Can I
Yes.
discern what this is?
Give me an intelligence check. It could, if you're trying to determine if there's magic involved, you could give me a religion or arcana.
Because I'm a little better with a lit religion.
Yeah, so you're thinking, there's a blood circle here. Kind of got lots of vibes of necromancy throughout this place using your magic and kind of investigating around. You think that this is like some sort of like binding circle. You think perhaps this is for kind of maintaining the souls of those that are kept here, like binding them to the place.
Oh no. I relay that to the party.
Yeah, that's probably not good.
Hey, Derek, you know how all the time we're in here, all these people seem to be really, really resistant to fire? I think it's your time to shine, buddy.
I step to the side and do a Vanna White impression of aim and fire.
Okay. If you say so.
Should we destroy the circle first?
I mean, we can look around first, but if that's what if I'm getting the vibe that it's like some type of binding and it's keeping people trapped here, yeah, that's getting destroyed one way or the other.
Yeah, I was just asking if we should destroy the circle first. Like, wash it away or something.
Possibly. May not be able to release them if they're still inside the circle.
Yeah,
I don't know how that works. Edmund literally doesn't know how that works.
You either Derek or Antamila could give me an arcana or religion check.
Alright, let's see if that will work. Let's see if we destroy the circle first. Yep, so there's another one.
Alright. Derek, do you
Flip
want to
side, I'm going to Arcana.
Yeah, so both of you kind of talk about this out loud, because someone brings up the whole circle. I think it was Eldrin. So you would both know that circles can generally be used for many different purposes. Containment, for protecting yourself. Combined with the fact that Antamila detects an aura of abjuration, there might be some sort of purpose to the circle that is defending the things within it. You can't kind of determine the specifics of what that is, but based on the fact that Antamila's hand was able to pass through it, it might be to protect. You don't know. It could be to contain whatever is within it. But generally, abjuration is for protection. So, hard to say. Again, this is another one of those situations where identify would be super useful. But you know the basics that circles can be used for protection, or containment, and you detect abjuration. Generally. The finer details of circlery.
I guess I don't. For some reason, I thought I had identify. I just had detect magic.
Identify. A lot of people don't like to take identify because they're like, we could just identify magic items during a short rest. What about the things that aren't magic items, nerd?
Yeah, mine
Well, this
Mine is just I literally just don't have it. Like it's not that I didn't take it.
So I'm a little confused here, guys. This is a temple that seems to be somewhat dedicated to the Hell Riders. So was this made here in Avernus after the fact?
Yeah, I would assume so. I'd assume it's a crypt that Zariel made for the Hell Riders that actually stayed and fought with her and fell in battle.
So do you think she did all of this in some weird, twisted way to protect her comrades from devils, or to keep them here for subjugation?
I don't know. From my conversation with her, it sounds like she truly does hate both devils and demons. She's just using one to destroy the other. Um, so I don't know that she would purposely try to entrap or punish souls that didn't betray her. I mean, the ones that left her obviously are a different story, but
I mean, if she transformed one of the only generals that stayed by making them whatever creature she did,
a Death Knight,
that doesn't sound like it's a buffer to keep souls for her benefit.
we're also assuming that he didn't request it or accept it.
I suppose we can ask him if we run into him.
Sure.
So just before I do this, I guess, is this?
I mean, I get what you're saying.
You guys
Like,
think, is this going to help us or hurt us?
well, I'm less worried about us. I'm more, you have me now worried that, if she actually is trying to protect those that were loyal to her, what is it that she's protecting these souls from? And if we release this, will they no longer be protected? Like, is it not? I mean, what happens to them, right? I don't know. Do they get to leave Avernus, or do they just, get sucked into the cog machine and become lemurs immediately? Like, how does that work?
Well, you can try destroying one and see what happens. See if that soul-like thing, like what happened with the trees, happens.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah, I mean, I
It's
guess we did see the souls at Harmon still get released, but we still don't technically know what happened to those either. We just saw them evaporate or whatever.
Seems like a better fate than whatever they were doing.
Possibly, yeah.
Well, those are the ones stuck on the bug, were the ones that retreated, right?
All right.
The
Very
ones in
true.
the trees were the ones that retreated.
Ugh, I hate you so much. Die. In a video game.
I'm
So-
going to reach in and use shocking grasp on one to burn the paper to dust.
Yeah, you do so. The paper disintegrates in your hand, and where the paper was in your hand, you see like a blue wisp of, I guess you would call it energy, kind of appear and then disappear quickly as it came.
Hey, Donald, does that remind me of anything?
Yes.
Okay.
That seemed to be a soul.
Yeah, I'll say I think I've actually seen this before.
Where?
With those soul coins. If you
Right.
if you end up freeing them, they do something very similar to what just happened.
Yeah, all of you would kind of remember that from the soul coin that dissipated in, I believe it was Scornubel where you guys did that.
Yeah, I think so. We took it to the priest, and he
Right.
freed with the did it with a ritual prayer. Bob. I should really know more about this as a cleric, honestly. That's,
So my intuition now tells me she's somebody, maybe not even her, was trying to protect. No. I don't know, protect. because it just keep people out from them. But Anthamilla, you managed to cross without a problem.
0 issue. Not even a tingly sensation.
I think the circle isn't there to protect like them so much as to keep them in. Like their scrolls, they should have deteriorated or something by now, right?
Do we still see this blue vapor kind of hanging around in a sphere almost? Does it look?
No, when you have it out and Antamila burninated it with her shocking grasp, it just appeared very briefly and then disappeared.
Do is your familiar out? Have you?
Summon my familiar back now.
Okay. Oh, what about the cat? That's a fiend, right? Or no?
Flopper chops?
Is Lava a fiend? I don't remember.
Blobberchops has a bone in its mouth from the place where you think is probably nearby.
I'm just thinking it might be just protection against fiends. Kind of like.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, it seemed to have effect.
Wait, what?
I said it seemed to have a good effect. Why not just destroy the rest?
Yeah. Everybody good on that?
I'm good on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I proceed to start burning the scrolls.
Yeah. You cast some fireboltos in there, and they all burn. And amidst the smoke, there is a lot of blue, quote unquote, soul stuff that appears, and just as quickly as the other one, kind of disappears. And the papers rapidly kind of catch fire and burn away very quickly. And yeah.
I actually am going to sit down and do a quick prayer and hope that they are released to their actual proper afterlife.
Okay.
Whatever the hell that might be.
Montemila takes a moment to pray for the souls of those lost in this burnination created by her own ally. Yeah, the fire kind of smolders out. Left in silence.
Okay. Is there any other rooms I haven't checked with detect magic before it wears off?
That was the room with the 4 things.
4 things.
Uh,
4 things.
the top right. I forgot what they were called.
Right. I'm going to
Surf
probably
rock. The
throw it off.
surf rock.
Pile of bones. Okay, top right. This one
Look
here,
up here.
right?
Yeah, the other one to the right.
Again, I'll be following them.
Yeah, they're
Right
hella
on, too.
gotta go fast. On
Back
Tamila, you notice a couple of things. There seems to be a necromantic aura emanating from these, but it's kind of like a strong, like, aura that you could see very obviously coming from each 4 of these things. But it seems to be dissipating until it's finally gone.
What? The necromantic aura is gone. Wait, what?
It's probably because
I'm letting the.
those papers.
Oh, maybe I'll let them know that the necromantic aura from these things is fading and disappears. What are these things?
So these are like giant tombstones, basically, with several names written into them.
Written into them, like carved in, like chiseled?
Now that I'm here, I'd like to also like look around, tap on the walls and stones.
Yeah, give me an investigation check. Yeah, you're kind of knocking around. Antamila's kind of focused on these tombstones. Derek, you notice the northern wall seems to be false.
I'll tell him that. Hey guys, I think there's something here. Beyond that, I guess too, I was like going around tapping. Did I notice anything particular about those?
The tombstones.
No,
Yeah.
they at this point just seem to be mundane stones, giant tombstones.
Neat.
Super neat.
Tapping
Yeah,
on
when
them
you-
before would have
Oh.
actually been very interesting, but
Thinking you found something and find something else. Nice.
benefits of a blanket search.
Just making quick shit like that. There's just names on these tombstones.
Yeah,
Do I see John Frank?
Frank Johnson.
Frank
And
Johnson.
if you take several moments, perhaps enough moments for your detect magic to wear off, you can search
Oh,
through
that's
this with hundreds of names on them, and you will indeed eventually find Frank Johnson.
Guess I could just ritual it back, but it'll be another 10 minutes. But I think that will be worth it. I need to check out a hunch now, because if those things stop being necrotic, hue.
Hew.
Oh, necromantic, excuse me. Same difference.
Hew. Alright, so to the north, you find a door similar to the previous. Kind of pivots open, and this room appears to be a study of some sort, perhaps a small study. And in here, you see a desk with 8 bound books on it.
Bound book.
Ooh. Are any of them open?
No,
I go to open one of the books.
sure. Without using Mage Hand, Antavila again throws caution to the wind, proceeds to open the mysterious book. And inside she finds a glyph of warding. I'm just messing with you.
Jesus Christ. Bye, Derek.
Goodbye, friends. No. It's actually a symbol spell, which is way worse. No, I'm just messing with you. Inside, you open it, and it appears to be a journal. And they seem to be numbered. You are looking at journal number 1.
Is it in common?
It is, in fact, written in common. You feel like it would probably take some time, perhaps over a short rest, to kind of glean information over these journals. It seems to be a journal written by a man named Elanthius.
Oh, all right. I'm sitting down and taking a read.
I would, while she's flipping through that, I'd like to try to find number 8, I guess,
Yeah.
and just look at the last passage.
Okay.
Really, in fact, I don't even care. I'm just looking for a date, if there's a date on it.
They wouldn't be dated after probably sometime after the second journal. He kind of just starts losing track of
Okay.
time. But it does appear to be a relatively recent inking, so it is a journal that he is keeping up to date. Like the first book is pretty old, like you could tell, and then the later ones appear to be written. If you're gonna take a quick glance at the last book, you will notice some details about someone that goes by the name of General Yale. And that General Yale is spoken of very positively, like glowing terms. And also, there's a brief mention of Yale hiding the sword of Zariel, but it doesn't include details about that. But it seems to imply that he knows where.
Ooh.
Are you guys gonna look through all these over a rest, or what do you guys want to do?
I already sat down and started reading. I don't know if they're gonna rush me out of there or not, but like I'm gonna start reading the journals.
I mean, if you tell us about the sword, Do we think that's the night?
Well, you guys know the
Uh,
names. You've heard some names spoken here, so you should know these names.
Well, the first name of the person with the journal is the Death Knight. The second name I don't recall.
Yep.
Is it? By the way, I'm butchering the spelling on that first one, I'm sure, but
Both actually.
yeah. First one I was sure of. The second one I. Oh, wow.
Oh yeah.
I get.
Interesting. Because we have seen Elanthius before.
Wait, we've seen Olanthius?
Not
Well,
maybe
the name,
not
the name.
the name.
Oh, the
We've
name.
talked about
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Back on the hill.
Yeah,
I didn't even put 2 and 2 together because I also thought it was like an A.
You've heard
Rather
Yale
than-
too. I'm just gonna
Yeah.
say that Yale has come up a couple of times.
Oh, that's true. But I think wasn't that supposed to be accidental?
Maybe the first time, but not the second time. Very.
Derek,
Oh.
yeah, Derek found information in a celestial book that Zariel's trusted companions were Gavriel, Yale, and Lulu.
Oh, we're gonna need to talk to Olanthius. Oh God, that's gonna.
There's something else here.
Suck.
And then, yeah, Jander at the Hill confirms Lulu was unconscious when the mortal leader of the Hell Riders named Yale helped her.
Yay! You guys keep notes and use them.
While she's flipping through doing her reading, I would like to just look around the rest of this study, I guess.
Yeah, give me an investigation check. Yeah, kind of pour through the room. It's relatively Spartan. It's not a very big room, so it's pretty easy for you to search quickly. And after digging a bit, you're pretty confident there's nothing of value in this room.
Okay.
While I'm reading, Edmund, I don't want to basically waste people's time. I have a suspicion, with the necrotic or necromatic energies dissipating. Do you think you could go and check in the caskets and see if there's still necrotic energy coming from them or anywhere else, like the urns and the other things?
Sorry, did you ask me to cast Detect Magic?
Basically, yeah. And see if
Yeah.
like all the.
Sorry, I missed like the middle of that. I caught the beginning and the end. Yeah, I can do that. I think. Wait, where's my Detect Magic? Oh, there it is. For some reason, I thought it was a higher level spell than that. Yep. Done.
Okey-dokey.
Yeah, Edmund, you immediately notice in the first room where there was previously, there's no longer any necromantic auras coming from the urns.
Okay. I
There's
would
also
relay
no magic coming from this room. Just if
I
anyone
would
was
relay-
curious.
Excuse me. Relay those facts to Anthem and the rest of the party.
Sometime during this, I will tell them about the last chapter, writing, whatever. Entry. There we go.
So the person who wrote these journals might know where the sword is. And since we don't have Lulu at the moment, that could be very useful.
So, skim through the books for a short rest, and you learn the following info dump of informations.
Info dump!
Number 1, get the idea that Elanthius never recovered from Zariel's capitulation to Asmodeus and subsequent transformation into a devil. He blames himself for not seeing warning signs of Zariel's fall from grace early on, for single-minded determination to slay demons at all costs. You would learn that upon Zariel capitulating to Asmodeus, that Elanthius took his own life rather than face damnation. But that didn't work out so well, as he was transformed by Zariel into an undead monster to serve her forever.
Oh.
Alanthius describes Haruman, which is a name you should hopefully know, his
Yeah.
one-time comrade in arms, as a
That was it.
heartless man bereft of compassion, now a devil bent on punishing anyone who stands in Zariel's way.
Yeah, that was the Narzagon, right?
You would learn that Alanthius mourns the deaths of his fallen warriors and feels powerless to help them. And again, the piece that Alex learned, specifically looking towards the end, is Alanthius speaks well of General Yale, whom he clearly respects and secretly adores. And in one journal, Alanthius hints that he knows where Yale hid the Sword of Zariel, but he does not note that location in the book.
Oh, so yeah, we're talking to Alanthius. This will be so much fun. And he has what, a cadre of Gorgons or some shit with him? God damn.
As Anthamila says that out loud, you hear the sound of stone on stone echoing through the crypts.
Wonder what that could be.
All right.
I'll
Guys,
be
you
hiding.
can't.
Give me a stealth check. Okay.
Don't forget about the shoes.
I have to make a check for this vacuum. He is aware that they're based on motorcycles and other things. Reception. Yeah.
I'll kind of try to whisper loudly, like, "What are you two doing?" As directing it towards, those two.
What? Sorry, what is that?
You were reading, right?
Yeah.
I had been walking around detect magic and stuff, so I would have come back and let Anamilla know that. After that, I would have just been standing around, like, waiting for...
Okay, but this thing, for my assumption, is loud enough. We should all be able to hear
Yeah,
the
speaker
opening.
and stuff.
So that's what I'm trying to say is, like,
Oh, gotcha.
Edmund, I need clarification on something. Did you go beyond the first room with detect magic?
I
did
went
you-
to wherever Anthemilla asked me to go and came back.
Check the caskets, check the urns, the things
Right.
that have necrotic.
So did
I
you
don't
go
recall.
everywhere?
I don't recall where the urns and caskets are.
I mean, they were all over the place.
Oh yeah, I mean, I doubt I would have checked every single one of them. If some of them were no longer giving off an aura, then none of them probably are.
All right.
So it's not like I'm not gonna patrol the entire place by myself. That seems stupid.
All right, I'm going to roll a number again. You want it to be
Sure.
less than 25. Actually, let's go with high is better. We want it to be greater than 75.
Greater than
Okay. Edmund, kind of patrol back to the initial area as you were at some point, and from the corpses of the mummies in the room, the mummies that were sneaking up on you, you detect magic on one of the mummies.
Oh, neat.
And on the corpse of the mummy, which you guys really need to search monsters. You find stuff. You find a wand, which gives off a divination aura, and you find a necklace, which gives off an evocation aura.
Ooh.
Cool. We'll throw those in the bag of holding for now.
Yep. And this is back in time, so obviously you're back
Right.
where Antamila was. Everyone has the benefit of a short rest, even though I don't think you all need it at all. You all hear the sounds of heavy armor proceeding down the stairs from the way you came.
cool.
All right.
Uh,
So
I'll make sure to let them know that if that is Olanthius, we need to talk to him. I mean,
Yep.
just in case it wasn't very, very clear. Cough, no murder hoboing.
Yep, I want to stand up to the side here.
That's Lulu.
I'm
but
just
she's
hiding.
So are you guys?
Hmm?
What's up, Eric?
I'm asking, are you guys confronting him?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm currently hiding out of sight for when he comes in.
Give me a stealth check.
I am not even going to attempt to hide in this clink clank robot armor.
Okay, good. That's what I'm trying to ask. So what I'm going to do, if nobody's, Anthamil, you're doing you. I'm going to run over and at 3rd level cast invisibility on myself and Edmund, and I'll just I'll tell him, do with this what you will. Up to you. And now I'm hiding behind this rock pillar thing, invisible.
Okay. Clink clank continues.
I wait for if he pops up, I guess, since everyone else is hiding. So I'm just gonna if he pops around the corner, I'm gonna wait for him.
Don't forget your stealth check. Eric.
Yeah. Huh, weird.
Also, this guy's icon is holding a torch, but don't worry, he's not holding a torch. I don't know why they gave him a torch. He doesn't use it.
Does he even need it as a Death Knight?
Not really. I don't get it at all. But it's kind of a meme because of specifically only because of Eldrin.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny to me.
Just to screw with Eldrin specifically.
You hear some more clink clanks. What in the blaze? He draws his sword, and he's on Tamila standing there.
My weapon is not drawn.
The Death Knight moves forward with his sword drawn. He's heavily armored in plate armor and is wielding a shield on his left arm and now holding a long sword in his right.
Whew, let's hope this works. Halt! Hail! Are you Olanthius?
It pauses for a moment and looks at you. A long, awkward pause. He kind of looks behind him, then looks past you towards the tombstone. Says, "Who are you? What are you doing?"
Haha, that's a really complicated story. I am a companion of Lulu.
Steps forward a little bit more. And I will repeat my question. What are you doing?
All right. So I don't know if he wants a long answer or not, but I'm going to risk it. I mean, we have hiding people. I let him know that at least I am here to seek out the sword of Zariel, and have been tasked to do some things I don't want to do. And I might have read his journals.
Give me a persuasion check.
Why persuasion? Why is it always persuasion? You know I suck at persuasion.
What do you want this to be? Tell me a better
I don't
check.
know. I can't think of anything else. It's going to suck. It's going to.
He pauses again. Awkwardly long period of silence. And he says, he kind of holds his sword down a little bit. Says, "Freed them."
Freed. Oh, the spirits?
Odds.
Yes. Well, with some help.
Okay. Sheaths his sword. And he says, I am Alanthius. Do you... He still seems a little confused. Why did you come here? I don't understand.
Oh wow. Okay, so El Terrell, do you know of El Terrell?
He nods.
Has been pulled into Avernus, apparently due to a contract with what I've come to find out is the Lord of Hell, Zariel, which is not what I thought. And I'm here to free them if I can. And up to recently, I was traveling with a Hollyphant named Lulu, who claimed that the Sword of Zariel would be instrumental in freeing El Terrell from whatever contract it's with Zariel. Yeah.
He pauses again, and he says, trying to take everything in. He seems to be trying to understand that if you intend to free El Terrell, you will receive the full wrath of Zariel. What you hope to accomplish by yourself?
Hmm. Hmm. Well, I'm not alone here. Exactly know what possibly could have happened. You might have just came in and started attacking. Um, and I gesture towards Edmund.
You
Kind
can't
of
see
puts
me.
he puts his hand on his long sword.
I can pretty much see you with your 12 roll. Come on.
No,
He's invisible, but
yeah, Derek has invisibility on both of us.
Yeah, and that's what I'm
Yeah.
trying to figure out.
then so I'm
It's
just
Invisibility doesn't give you
Or-
automatic stuff.
I get it, but yeah,
She
it's
knows
fine.
where you are.
like unless you've moved, and if you haven't moved, then
I really don't care if Anthony Miller knows where I am. I'm just reminding the party that we are both invisible.
okay, that's cool.
Thank you for the reminder.
Yeah.
Okay, but yeah, more to if you would like to not. But considering you are invisible, I suppose I'll gesture towards someone who's not directly invisible, which would be
We can't see through walls
Oh,
either, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Eldrin's technically invisible in the darkness.
I said, I'll step out.
okay because I don't want to have him like, oh my god, betrayal. Yeah.
Step out, making my person noticed. And I'll say, she's not alone. But she's protected.
kind of looks around the corner in the direction that I think Antamila was ushered and doesn't see anybody else.
I would knock on the wall. Make like a noise.
Kind of nods slowly.
I found that while down here, caution is definitely better.
Nods again. Looks a little cautious. I still don't know what you expect. Why have you come here? I understand your purpose, but why are you here?
Well, that's a funny story.
Well, we thought the sword might be here.
Yeah.
Oh. That makes sense.
It's a crypt protected by a knight of Serial. One of her last generals. Who knows?
Says, fortunately, the sword is not here. Rosario would have destroyed it long ago.
She seeks to destroy it?
He nods. It is probably the last bastion of her angelic essence.
And I assume she doesn't want to return to her angelic form then?
As she is now, she believes that this is the best way for her to accomplish her goals. She doesn't even see herself as changed, more of a reminder more than anything.
So sort of sentimental. She wants to destroy it because it's
Represents,
sentimental.
yeah, it represents what it once was. She saw herself as weak. Now she sees herself as strong.
Do
But
you know where it is now?
Everyone kind of asks. He says, "Yes, I've been in Avernus for quite some time. Absolutely know where General Yale hid the sword."
Oh my god.
everyone, everyone is. He says,
I've killed countless fiends to try to get that information.
So many bad decisions have been made.
says, he kind of looks at you though, and he says, "But I don't know if I can trust you with it."
Oh, don't tell me you're Avernousness too. Okay, what do you want for the information for the sword?
I just want you to prove your intention.
Don't know how to do that other than telling you, so what can I do to prove my intentions? Our intentions.
Uh, he kind of just sits there. He doesn't know how to answer that. Is there really, like, he seems to be at a loss for words. Like, did you just expect me to tell you where one of the most powerful artifacts in all of the planes is located without any sort of proof of your intentions? Or he actually seems a little shocked.
Honestly, we've been playing this by ear. Hard decisions seem to be just hard.
How did you find this place?
Someone told us of your location in an agreement to kill you.
Puts his hand on his weapon.
But of course, I don't think they knew that we were looking for the sword, which is kind of a top priority thing.
You guys are not very persuasive at all.
It's hard when the non-persuasive party members
But
are
I was
talking.
going to say the two charismatic people are invisible right now.
And
Yeah, he's
we're
like,
not
so
willing
far
to
he's
talk.
heard, I have nothing to tell you that would make you believe me. Also, we were sent here to kill you. Like,
I suppose I could unleash more information, but information is, information in Avernus is important.
jeez, salty.
No. I mean, like that's what you like. The whole thing is like information is
Yeah,
money, or
it's true.
information is not cheap. That whole thing. So
Yeah, but this is a
okay.
guy that's potentially benevolent and trying to help you, and you're just like,
No one in Avernus
I
is
could-
benevolent.
I guess I could kind of move my cloak and also show him the
All right.
the symbol,
Oh, the Hell Rider brooch.
the Hell Rider badge,
oh boy.
and then say,
They're like,
hold on,
What were you saying, Eldrin?
and say, we found. I was given this by who we once thought was a good person. I forgot the name. Thaddeus Krieg,
Fabius Creed.
Yeah.
which turns out was not. What happened? Is he having a reaction already? You let me know.
Yeah, his hand is tightening on his sword.
Okay.
Uh,
We're not Hell Riders. We're not with
Well,
Fabius,
obviously not. They're
well, just reassuring him.
Hashtag
God,
stolen
we need
valor,
something else.
boys. What'd you say, Antamila?
It's like, God, we need something else. I wish Gabriel was here. Or Lulu.
well, Lulu was taken from us, but it's not like
He's-
this guy's able to read our minds or anything like that. We could prove to him what we're looking for, but
Yeah.
Actually, let me see if he has anything very
I mean,
helpful.
I could
He
cast
doesn't.
something that induces truth, but
You guys are too high level for him to believe that you would save on it. Tell him
fair.
right.
that's not
That's true.
compelling at all. He's going to say, until you could bring me proof of your intentions, there is absolutely no way I'm going to tell you where the Sword of Zariel is. It's the only hope that remains, and to just tell random people that have wandered into my crypt, apparently with the pretense of killing me, where it is, that seems,
Well, we were told
unwise.
you were turned into a demonic fiend
Yeah, someone lied to us about you.
by the Lord of Avernus. Can expect us to believe you're going to be a good person.
Yeah. I've been forced to do terrible things, but mine is still my own. Because I wouldn't expect you to believe me either, but then again, it sounds as though you've read my journals.
Well, I guess.
I am
didn't
quite
know.
literally an open book. uh,
Well, Oh. Hmm.
Trying to
Should we
think.
just go over what we've done while we're down here, guys?
Well, I don't know if stories are going to be enough.
No,
That's
stories we
true.
make up.
Well, we did. The journal did mention Harriman, right?
the journal mentions Harmon, yeah.
Okay, and we know that Harriman was that stupid fucking
Narzagon.
Narzagon.
Yeah.
We still have the.
I say, throw down the tact.
Yeah. Can I end invisibility on myself, or does
No.
there?
I mean, you can like attack the wall or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to make an attack.
I'll make a thrown attack at the ground with the Narzagon tact.
Okay,
Oh, that works.
that's fine.
And yeah, so come on back visible, and I'll throw the plate armor and the tact onto the ground.
Good job, guys. Holy crap. Some sort of evidence, perhaps, is very helpful.
I had to think about it. All right, I had to think.
I'm
about
I
it.
was
so
gonna-
proud
I
of you
was looking
guys.
through. I was looking through my equipment. I'm like, okay, what
I
else
was
can
looking through my spells at first, and then I was like, well, let me go to equipment, and then you mentioned Narzagon. I was like, oh yeah.
I'm like, well, I guess the last thing is that one. I just don't want to be like, we did this, and he's like, ah, or some crazy reaction to the
Like,
tact.
hey guys, can you tell me? Hey guy, can you tell me where this legendary sword is? I promise we're your friend. So he looks down at the ground and he kind of looks with you can't. He doesn't have emotions. He's like wearing a helmet. It looks like a shadowy creature under a helmet. Like, let me expand this so you can see what this guy looks like.
It probably looks kind of like what
Oh, great, yeah.
kind of
Marvelous.
looks what look like the helmet Anthony Miller used to wear.
Dun, dun, dun.
Ish. No, I mean like as far as like pinpoint eyes and stuff.
He would look surprised and he would say, "That's." So he is done.
Yep.
Yeah. And that stupid horse.
Yep.
Stupid. It's just a horse, guys. Jesus. What was a nightmare? I suppose.
Also,
Jerk horse and
might have.
back to the other plane.
Yeah, we let him know that we might have. I let him know we might have freed like Jander and
Jander and the other souls. Yeah.
He wouldn't know Jander by name, probably. There was just there, but he would nod at the mention of releasing the souls in general. is good. No one deserves eternal torment despite their sins. Not like that. That hill was a wretched place. Zariel's wrath taking shape. Says, Zariel would not let Harmon fall easily. He's going to make an insight check. Okay. He believes you. He does not think that this was simply a ploy by Zariel to test him or something like that. Doesn't really make sense based on all the context clues. You also have freed the souls of this place. And he says, I will tell you where the Alabastar, you also name drop Lulu, leading citadel is located underneath the scab. Asks if you have a map.
Strange enough, we do.
Yeah, I would say yeah, and I would go ahead and pull that out.
Okay, give me just this. Now have the information that you find the location. Reals.
It was under L Trail the whole time.
No, that'd be really troll.
That would be really
Yeah.
rude. That would be really rude.
Well, I actually gotta check my map because I don't know if it's on the Avernus map because I don't think they wanted to make it visible with one of the circles.
That would make sense.
Make it that obvious, yeah.
Now let's go to that circle right there. The one with the big old glowing sword. That one right there with the angel statue, maybe possibly. Yeah, let's go there.
Yeah, it's totally not on the map. Good job. I'm gonna pick a spot for it. Let's move to the player planning. All right, let's look for a place where there's not a circle. That looks like there might be a hill or something. Let's go with. We're gonna go with.
Where?
Yeah. It looks like a bleeding hill of some sort, right?
This thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he
Weird that
says,
it's not on the map.
in that location, we'll find a large growth that seemingly looks as though it's part of the land. But underneath this growth is a secret. That is the location of where Fort of Zariel was hidden before the fortifications that were put up by Lulu were overwhelmed. I imagine the sword is still safe. There's no way an artifact of that sort would not go unnoticed here in Avernus. I imagine it is still safe and protected under the ground there.
Sweet.
Okay. So, there's another awkward moment of silence. What is it you intend to do now?
That is a good question. Is there any way you can like seem dead or something?
Oh,
Do you still
you-
intend to kill me?
No, but we can make it look like we did.
I mean, would you like to be killed?
That's another question.
Pauses for a very long moment. And says, after this is done, yes, says, I do not know what you intend to do with this. It seems as though your intentions are just, but you still literally have not told me anything about why you're here. He doesn't say it like that, but he,
We did tell him that we're planning to use it to save Eltero.
yeah,
Yeah.
you did, but he doesn't really know how a sword is going to save El Terrell.
Yeah, yeah.
He doesn't get it at all.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, he literally
We,
just
we,
like,
we don't know. We don't know. We
We don't know how it works either, honestly. That's the
we're,
worst
we're
part.
hoping it's gonna help.
yeah, that's a hyper awkward thing that you guys need to think about. By the way, like, you have a sword. What do you tend to do when you get it? Like, like, I don't know. It's gonna be.
Maybe give it to a solar so they can.
Yeah,
Yeah, who knows?
exactly. At this point, I think from behind the thing, you'll start hearing out, Olanthius, there's one more of us, myself, who had cast this invisibility. Do not be alarmed.
He shoots a
That's
fireball
alright,
at you.
Yeah, instant death.
I cannot pick a good color for this. He kind of nods as you appear. I assume you're making yourself visible, right?
Yeah, very slowly, hands up kind of situation, and try to apologize to him. Don't mean to deceive, just
We've been here too
didn't know
long.
who's not in. Well, protection. You have to protect yourself. You're right.
He did say that he was okay being slain. Is he gonna go? Will he go down without a fight?
Well, he says that he would prefer if there is a way that he can help to do so. But
Perfect.
he
And
also says, though, that if him dying in some way helps you, he would certainly be okay with release.
I mean, if you're willing to come with us and try to help.
If you can you even
Well,
help us?
As a warning, he would say, as soon as you say that, Zariel has the ability to command me to do
I was gonna,
anything.
I actually asked the question. I was on stupid mute. I said, "Can you directly oppose Zario?" I was on mute though.
I certainly could oppose Zariel, but if she told me to cut you down where you stand, I would have no ability to prevent that. So just keep that in mind.
If we free Zariel, will you be freed?
I would seek freedom from you, if not otherwise.
That's
I am very dead, he says flatly.
I was gonna say, like, if I feel like, I mean, we could feed him now.
You can. What would happen if we kill you? Where would you go? I don't even know if you know where that answer is. Would
Yeah,
you be trapped here too?
I hope not. But it's 11 o'clock, boys.
Oh yeah.
So
Oh,
we
it
are
is.
going to go ahead and end it. I know time flies when you're having fun and when your internet's disconnecting 50 times. I get it.
Yeah, I gotta write down because I still have another question for.
yeah, I have tons of freaking questions.
All right.
Just gonna-
No.
Well, let me go ahead and end the stream. Thank you all for watching. I'm sorry about the internet issues. Have a good night, everybody.